Let's hit that intro, Mike.
All right, let's start.
Officially official.
Episode, is it what, 130?
136.
136? I'm going to probably forget again. Just I want to just yell it out.
You're not going to introduce Mike anymore?
It's okay. I've kind of, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I've just slowly snaked Mike's seat here in the corner. Because like we're getting like, okay, let's get two people on the show. Cool. We'll put Mike there. And I'll just take this little corner seat and just chill.
Comfy, right?
It is my comfy. I get it. I get it.
The armrest.
Yeah. Dual armrest.
All right, guys. Okay.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. The podcast where we like to normalize checking in on your homies. If you like what we do, please follow and like and subscribe and all that. It helps the channel. Mike, that is also Mike. And today we have two awesome guests. We have our boy Matt, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Boy Donavan from Ritual of Despair. So thank you guys for being here.
Yes, yeah.
We've already been chatting up quite a bit, and I think we got all the stuff that would get us canceled out of the way early.
Yeah. We got some people hanging in the side stages too, just in case you hear some voices. You know what I mean? Some
giggling.
Some celebrity guests in the house.
But, yeah. Dude, thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah.
Did you guys have actually been pretty heavily requested guests?
Oh,
for the show.
nice, dude.
And I've just always had it on my list. Like, let me reach out to you guys to fucking like, let's get it done. Let's get whatever. And then things get crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just stoked that we were able to get it all locked in
Yeah.
and have you guys on, man.
No, us too, dude. Yeah, this is a long time coming for sure.
It's exciting.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited too. It's been a long time coming.
So I guess since we're officially starting, even though like Mike said we've been kind of talking for a little while.
Yeah, warming up.
I want to know like the history, one, of the band, but two, of like you two have been homies for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like kind of talk about you guys. Let's talk about like how Ritual started. Were there bands before that? Like projects before that? Like how did this all start?
Yeah. No, and honestly, that's a good way to segue that because those things are related. Like, we have been friends for over 10 years now.
Yeah, it'll be like 10 years. Yeah, actually, 10 years. We met at we met in 2014 through mutual friends. I had a friend in middle school, high school who we went to private school. That friend went to public school, met him, and then we just all kind of kept in touch and started hanging out, like I want to say junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And then, from there it was just like we came up with the idea of the band when we were just messing around. Like we became friends through music, so like we knew we at that point in time we just loved like fucking like breakdowns and stuff. Like we were like big on just like oh, that's so fucking crazy. Like we always liked to mosh too. So like that was like we're like, let's just make something that we can do like that makes other people feel how we feel, basically. And but I mean, if you want, you can go ahead about how, because we did have a different lineup. The people we started the band and we had different members, but you can get into that if you want, because it's got a lot behind it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, like, so he said, like, we started when we were friends, like music was already a common interest for us. So like going to shows and stuff is kind of what we did together. And then sometime in late high school, like junior, senior year, we had the idea of like, hey, we both do vocals. We can't play anything else. Wouldn't a dual vocalist deathcore band or like hard mosh band be really sick? Because those don't really exist. Yeah. But we had no way to like make the idea a reality. We kind of were for two kids who were like screaming in our bedroom together. Yeah. So like
your parents are like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I think both of us. Cause my grandparents are like conservative as hell. So when I even started listening to it, they were like, do you have to listen to this? And I was like, no, but
You're like, I kind of do.
yeah. But I think your mom probably had kind of a similar.
Yeah, my old man at one point was like, bro, can't you be a rock star with like short hair? And I was like, Dad, it's not what the bands do. Like,
No, I can't, Dad.
Yeah.
Can't, Dad.
It's not a phase.
Yeah.
I say with my Hot Topic I Love Boobies bracelets on.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's one somewhere in here. Like,
Oh yeah.
But that was probably around 2014 is when the idea started. Like, you know, Downtown Pill was popping off and stuff, and like that was a really big thing. But we didn't have a way to do it, so it kind of got put on the back burner coming out of high school. And then he actually joined Endings, which is like a deathcore band from the Bay.
Yeah, yeah, they're like Bay LA area. They're already established, like pretty decently, but they're just like a straight up Southern California. We are a straight up Southern California deathcore band. But I joined them, did two tours with them, and we put out a song, and I kind of like dipped my feet like in a little bit. Like we were working the whole time while this was happening, though. We were just kind of like getting stuff done behind the scenes,
Kind of just like workshopping ideas.
yeah. But in that time, that's when we were hanging out with Zach, our guitarist.
Yeah, who's from
Like,
our hometown also.
We
and
were
also a
honestly,
longtime
we just
friend.
got out of high school, and we were just kind of like, no more, like, we were just smoking weed, honestly. We were smoking a lot of weed. We were getting fucked up, like, passing out on our friends' couches and stuff. And,
as you should.
yeah, man.
As you do
Oh,
when you're
dude,
19.
it was awesome. Dude, it was awesome. So many nights, like, getting fucked up and playing Smash, like, that, like.
Smash Bros, yeah.
But Zach had an apartment with one of our friends. I remember when we gave him his first dab too. It was just like good times. But we hung out with him. I remember one time he like came out and he was cleaning and he was listening to Whitechapel. I was like, to him, I was like, him and Zach already knew each other pretty decently too. I think you guys were
from
friends
high school.
Yeah. Like, so I was like, yo, like, that guy's listening to Whitechapel, and he's listening to like heavy Whitechapel right now. Like he's listening to good
Like old
Whitechapel.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so we were just kind of like, oh, okay. And then we started to hang out with him a little bit more. We put him on a little bit. We came in and we were like, yo, like you gotta listen to, like, I remember we showed him Rings of Saturn and Infant Annihilator, just a bunch of like crazy heavy stuff we were listening
For the
at
time, like really extreme deathcore and stuff like that.
and I just remember after that specific hangout, we all were kind of like,
Yeah, like, hey, we
But-
don't kind of way too well, but it's
like-
still not enough for a full band. So
yeah,
we,
yeah. But that's when we recruited Zach, and then yeah, if you want, I can tell him how we had a different. We had 3 other people too before the lineup that we do have right now.
yeah, so around like 2018, so like we graduated 2015. He was in Endings from like 2017, 2018 on. And then in like 2018, 2019, we started like with the original lineup of the band, like the first lineup, kind of just writing and trying to figure out like what we wanted to do. And then COVID happened. And then that kind of, you know, world shut down, everything kind of stopped. And that kind of even stopped the idea of the band being a live project for a little bit. But it gave us the time to write the first release for the band, which was also really important. Since we didn't have to worry about the logistics of live, we could just focus on making a killer record.
Yeah.
Right.
And then during that COVID period, we kind of started like figuring out like the official lineup. Like we started trying different people out and like trying different bassists and drummers and stuff. And then that's actually how we landed on Manny. He was in a band, and I'm sure you guys will talk about this later too. He was in a band called Silence the Carnage, which it played like the White Oak Van Nuys area all the time back then. I saw them play when I was in high school all the time, and I literally remember seeing him play and being like, if this band ever fails,
We want that guy.
I'm hitting this dude up.
We would see them
Like-
play at like PBW and they were like covering like die art and stuff, and they were doing it really well.
And
So
very
we were
young
like,
too,
yo,
they're high
like-
schoolers.
Yeah, so and they were like really in the mix with like Stiss at the time, Face Your Maker, like all those deathcore bands that were going like Seditionist, Carried Weight was in the mix. They're still, you know, killing it too. Like
Yep.
the but yeah, he was up on stage with all of them at that point in time, and we were still like messing with the literal idea, like just getting a grasp of it. So, but we just started hanging out with him. Honestly, we hung out with him before it was even an idea. We would go over there, smoke a lot of weed, and blah blah. And after a little bit, I literally remember we talked about it on the phone. He was like, "Should I message Manny? Like, should I ask him to be in the band?" And he asked him, and then it was me, him, Zach, and Manny. And from there, it was just Manny worked at Fender. That's how he met Fabian, our other guitarist.
Yeah, our second guitarist.
And then Josh is just, I think all of us have known Josh for a little while. That was mostly through Manny though, I think too as
yeah, Josh and Manny were Manny kind of brought Josh as like a package deal, which was really nice. But Josh had played bass in like So Suffering for a tour. He played in Fisher Maker.
Yeah, Josh is he's established.
Yeah, he's played bass in tons of bands, like filled in for a lot of them. So I saw him and Manny both pretty young on stage, like ripping full tours and going pretty hard. And so like it's really kind of full circle. Like once COVID happened and I kind of was able to talk to Manny and like explain to him the idea, he was like, "Oh, bro, I'm so down." Like it was nice to kind of have people I looked up to as like peers also be willing to like kind of join us on the project. It was really cool.
And writing was super seamless too. Like I feel like it was just all of us hanging out. It was like either in my grandparents' garage, at Zach's house, or in Manny's room. That first EP mainly.
Yeah, it's all recorded at home.
We would just hang out and like, cause initially when like we went half, like I had a SM7B and he had the
interface and the
print. The interface, and so like when we first got out of high school, we were like, let's do dual covers and stuff. So like we had our recording and whatever, but we used that to record the first EP. And it was right before Manny got into mixing too, and Manny and Zach like would work a lot, and I feel like it like kind of like they've both flourished in their like respective directions with it too, because like I just feel like we did a lot of brainstorming and cooking. We took a lot of shrooms, in the process, but it was fun. And since that all happened, we've pretty much just stuck. We've had the same lineup since, and
literally since we started playing live shows.
So was had Manny not done any other outside projects as far as like recording and stuff? Was it
not when the band had started? No, like when the band had started, Hatred 6 Audio was not a thing yet.
No. Him and Zach were already pretty good with that stuff. Like just
is that from when they were just doing their own stuff?
Demos. And then Manny, I'm not even sure. Y'all guys will have to ask him like what actually inspired him to start a studio. But within a year of us being a band is when he started producing the early 97 stuff and the like first Smoked records, and like Desolate being back on their Dissolution. He did all of that. That was just like him just I think willing it into existence, honestly, which is like wild.
Hey, message me back. But so I was gonna ask, so because you guys kind of had like a vision of what you guys wanted. But like you said, you guys were vocalists, like both vocalists. Like playing guitar, no nothing. Just how did you relay like this is what I want to these guys, and then end up with like the sound that you guys have now?
Something that he mentioned that I think is really important is that when we started the band, we started it just trying to be friends first. We started it from like
huge.
Like seriously, like what are our common interests? What do we want out of music? Like we got a lot of that stuff out of the way early on. It's like it's like a good relationship. Like if you're friends first, 100%. It gets a lot of the arguing kind of in the background.
Or you argue more.
I also feel like all of us in the band, like we all articulate ourselves really well. Like when we're all writing, like everyone is like pretty hurt. Like I will go out on a limb and say I play the least because you play bass now. So I just do vocals, and even for me, I feel like I can like I understand, but when I'm like, oh, like let's halftime this, or like let's try this, or like I can understand to a T, like Manny or Zach or him or anyone really can like really like get what I'm saying and put it like make it like put it on paper. That's and so like, and I feel like we're really lucky to like I feel like we're all just on the same page when it comes to that. So I feel like we're able to get something that we really like.
We kind of have like our all shared like broken like music vernacular, you know? Like we all know what these definitions mean to us, even if they're not totally correct. The other guy knows what I'm saying, so that's all that matters.
I used to love like before I started like playing guitar again, when we would write, like let's say for like heavier projects or whatever, I would have ideas in mind, but I would have to be like with Williams, hey, can you do this? But like do like a jun, pause, jun, pause again, and then like a little riffy, and like
Yeah.
he'd just sit there and listen to my bullshit and be like, okay, I got you. And then, you know, so
yeah, no, 100%.
yeah, that like that kind of connection is huge,
Yeah.
especially in situations
No,
like that.
yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Too.
I don't want Jun Jun Jun. I want Jun Jun Jun.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you're really driving into that, like, fucking
Yeah.
calm music,
Digging into him, yeah.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I feel like everyone that like is involved with recording too. Well, that's everyone. That's literally everyone in the band. But everyone's like has really high standards too. So
We're kind of production snobs a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. It's
Good.
just
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. I just feel like we're really lucky because that's like part of it. Is I just think we're all on the same wavelength, and it's been years now. So I feel like it just has become gradual. It took a little while, but I feel like after we got that first music video out
Yeah.
and we like really solidified the first EP, it like became like a lot more like real to us, and we were able to like lock in for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and it gives like when you have, I think it's cool when you get any recording out, just then you have some bass lines to be like, okay, well then we can grow from here, or we did this, let's not do that, let's do something else. Like it's nice to have.
Yeah.
And I love, and I think it's maybe because like I can play guitar. I say I can play well enough to write, but for like especially with like MBR and stuff, like I'm more of like, can we play that part longer, or can we play this part this?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
And so I think it's rad that you guys, being as vocalists, I know you play bass now, but that you guys have a say in like what the writing process.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And-
I said it 3 times already, but just I feel like we're really lucky to just have that open communication because like the band started, like I said, me and him just like fucking liking breakdowns basically. Like we were just like, that's all. And if you listen to the first EP, that's what it's literally breakdowns structured after each other, and
Sick.
and it's really cool. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad that it's still working too. I'm really grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And so I'm sure, actually I didn't look about this one, but, and you probably the same question. So when it comes to like lyric writing, how do you guys do this? How does this work?
We literally both sit in a room and write together, just like on a pen and pad.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
or on phones.
yeah. We'll go in and be like, "Yo, you want to record a song today?" And then we like, there's been, I'd say like maybe 5%. Like because I came in one like with Die With Nothing, I had like, it was like line, like it was like I want to say this in the song, not like these are the
Not a
lyrics.
whole stanza or anything.
Yeah,
crazy.
no, like just like that was that, but yeah, for the most part, we just go in. The instrumentals were done for a pretty long time, and we'll just go and, you know, how do you want to start it, and then we just build off of that, and just
So with you guys being friends for as long as you have there ever been moments where you guys look at each other and be like, that's kind of whack, dude? Like, we shouldn't...
Never. More so like in our like when we're sharing ideas, we're pretty good about like kind of creatively adjusting without stepping on toes, you know?
Yeah, no. We're pretty good about being like, okay, I see what you're saying here. Like if we ever want to change anything, we're like, hey man, like try changing this word to this, and if it doesn't work, like, or if someone doesn't like it, it's just like, you know, cool.
It does happen, but we're pretty like cut and dry about it. Like we don't split hairs over cutting out a piece of a song.
Right.
If it has to happen, you kind of just have to cut the dead weight, you know, kind of thing.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's huge, too.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
we're so big on like all killer, no filler with our music. That's a huge thing for us, for real.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, especially when you get more and more members involved in a band. Like, you know, you start going 6-piece, 7-piece.
Yes,
you know,
dude,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people want their opportunity to show what they can do.
Yeah, to express
right?
themselves, yeah.
And then, and which is rad, but also like, is this benefiting the song? Is it benefiting the song as a whole? If it's not, then maybe we need to save this for something else. You know, and that's,
Yeah, no, for sure.
that's a like, you know, from what I've listened to from you guys, like it's pretty concise. So it seems like you guys kind of have your flow and your structure.
Yes.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Or we're at least all like in agreement about like what parts we like keeping, what parts we don't.
Yeah.
Like we're pretty obvious. Like if something doesn't hit, it's not hitting. We're throwing it out. Like it's
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we just finished an album and it was being tweaked up until like we started it over, like, you know, like the idea of it over a year ago for sure, and
probably close to a year and a half ago.
didn't finish it
Yeah.
until like didn't finish tweaking and stuff till maybe about a month ago. Like and that was like it sounds way different than it did when we thought it was done.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But,
like I wanted to bring up earlier also, like when we have a say in the instrumentals, we're really good about also never like keeping in mind that our band members are also people who want to have fun playing their parts too.
Right.
Like on our first EP, I talk about all the time how like after the down tempo era and like when Axe became a thing in the scene, people started looking at guitars more like effects processors. Like it's just a giant synth where you can go from 6 octaves up to 6 octaves down, you know. And our first record is like that, where we have the fastest blasting sections we can possibly have next to the slowest breakdowns we can possibly have, while still being somewhat groovy or somewhat intelligible, right? Like we tried to do that, whereas like, especially with the newer stuff, we kept in mind like always just having fun, the audience having fun. Like it still is heavy and it's still scary and whatever, but like we also just like didn't want to be grinding our arms away, you know, when we can go a little bit slower and have a little bit more fun with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, I bet they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's and on the selfish side, it makes our jobs easier because I don't have to write over some techie mathy ass gent song, dude. I can just write over Jun Jun Jun, and I'm like, okay, cool. Just talk my shit. And I'm gonna, like,
Dude, I'm impressed, man, because like for your guys' music and then for having the two vocalists, I came in thinking like one of you guys did it and the other person would learn it, or even or Manny did everything. Like that was like what my thought would be for something, because as Mike was saying, like when you have a lot of members, everybody it can become like too many cooks
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's sick that you guys, it sounds like you guys all like literally bring it together and work together on it.
Yeah. Everyone is like super talented in their own way, so everyone like really holds their own. Like Josh knows how to do stuff on his own. Me and him learned how to do stuff on our own really early on. I mean, I like you had a grip on it, so like he kind of had it before me, but we started doing the covers and stuff and getting into recording and like just, you know, like setting that bar pretty early on. Manny obviously, like the seed was planted, and you know, and then Zach is also in his Zach's really good at doing. He spends so much time on music. He does his own thing with production and writing and stuff too. He wrote a lot of our early drums with Manny and
the only members in Ritual who don't know theory are us two.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, that part like sounds cool. Like the most I can go is like can we do that for 2 more bars? Like I'm like, oh, like am I talking out of my ass right now?
I'm there with you guys.
Yeah.
But everyone in Ritual is like theory trained, so that also helps when like
That's cool.
Yeah, they can all communicate on that level, and then we can be like, cool, sounds heavy.
Yeah.
But I think this is where I feel like I'm trying to be like, well, because I don't know theory.
I'm one of the boys.
Yeah, well, no, I think like theory and all that stuff is awesome, but you guys are coming from a place of a feel, which
Yes.
can make something like groovy and stuff.
100%.
I feel like that can get lost if everyone's so technical on like this has to be this or that, because if you don't understand, then I like to think you don't have limits.
Yeah,
that's a good look at it. Yeah,
and we focus like a lot of our stuff since the beginning. Even when it was just me and him, like we just always are gonna be playing stuff that we want to hear.
Yeah.
Like and like we're always gonna want. Like I feel like when it comes to like what we want to hear. Also, I won't speak for everyone, but we all like stuff that's like, you know, you can digest easy. That's like fun to listen to. Like you can dance, or you can like, you know,
bob your head,
like
sing
this
along,
is sick.
whatever.
Like, you know, like. We're not calling anything boring or trying to disrespect anything, but we don't want boring parts. Like we've never been like, oh, like if there's a part where we feel like people are just gonna stand around, we don't really want it. Like that's just kind of like how we've always been. But yeah, no, and then that's just kind of how it's turned into what it is now.
Yeah. Thank you for the compliment. Also, it really means a lot. Like, I do think like the beauty of this band is that we all work together. Like, you know, when you say 6-piece band, everyone rightfully assumes it's a nightmare, and it is in its own in its own ways. You know, scheduling and stuff.
It has it has its moments. But
when it comes to like what I consider the important stuff, the creative partnership, like all of that stuff is butter, honestly, which is like,
Awesome.
it's really kind of a miracle that it works.
Yeah, everyone is so talented. Like literally each person is like so good at what they do. So I feel like we're really lucky to be in a group like that too, and also like have everyone still be here. Also, I feel like that's like, you know, harder or easier than it sounds, because
life takes everyone.
Life happens.
And the friends first thing, you know, like I said earlier, it's huge because like you guys are like, we're homies, right? So like if one of you is like dealing with some shit, it's not like a business perspective of like, well, fucking suck it up because we got to do this. Right? Like it's a more like a family thing where it's like, all right, cool, like we get it.
100%.
The way we look at it is like, I don't want to say we're committed for life, but also we're down. Like we love doing this, and it's something we want to do for a long time. And so like we kind of already have seen other bands make it too much of work. And it's like, if you want to live here, you need to make it your home. It can't be just work all the time either. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Like if we're on the road, one of us is tearing our hair out, we can't let that happen and then have it affect all of us, and like now tour sucks, and then now our whole life sucks.
And we're really vocal and like pretty open about stuff like that. Like if something's going on, like it doesn't happen too often, but like, you know, if someone's just having trouble, like, you know, the other 5 of us are there, you know, for whoever's going through it or whatever, you know, like the band is always gonna be there, but you know, got to make sure everyone's, you know, we're all good first.
Dude.
But and that is easier to do since we were all friends for, like, you know, it was something we were basically already doing. So it works out.
Where are you guys? So then, are you guys from the Temecula area then, or?
Yeah. So me, him, and Zach are all from Murrieta, Temecula.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other 3 are pretty much from like a Riverside, like Fontana area. Yeah.
Man, dude.
Yeah. Zach's in Fallbrook now, I think.
Yeah. Now we're spread out. So Zach is the bottom one at Fallbrook, and he's the top in LA, and then we're all kind of spread out.
Yeah,
in between.
I moved to LA like 2 years ago, so that's where I've been. But yeah, I was in the far part of Temecula, like the border, right before you get into San Diego. That's where like I grew up. I was born in Wildomar, but I grew up over there. Yeah.
So then like where's home base? Like where do you guys jam?
Like Manny's house, like Fontana area.
Yeah, for writing and stuff, definitely. Like, man, yeah, and we jam there. Yeah, that's home base.
Yeah, because it's pretty much an hour for both of us, like in between. So it's like perfectly in the middle.
There's no traffic.
The farther ends.
So when you guys announce yourselves at shows, where are you from?
We say Southern California or LA. Like if we're out of state, we'll say LA. But when we're here, we say Southern California or even IE.
Yeah.
We'll even say IE.
We are all IE based, but I also feel like we try to like just represent Southern California too, because I don't know, I don't want to pick either, or I feel like people will be like, oh, now they say they're from the IE just because it's popping now. Like because I low-key heard that before, and I'm like, oh, it's whatever. But I'm pretty sure we're all from the IE, but we just represent Southern California.
Yeah, we claim SoCal, I guess. Yeah, it's
SoCal heavy.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in San Diego and stuff too, just because that was nearby. Like that's where I went to my first show. A lot of local bands down there that we were really, really, really heavily into, like World of Pain and stuff like that.
Dude, and you guys were right at that era of like San Diego metalcore being like fucking stacked.
Dude, that was that was actually like, we were really into that.
There was a time period where I was like, I'm gonna fucking move to San Diego because
Someone side stage like every weekend.
For all the metalcore.
The melodic hardcore and metalcore was going crazy for sure. Like the homies in Seconds Ago.
Echoes.
Yeah, Echoes too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 2015 core.
Yeah, like I feel really lucky growing up where I did, like in Temecula, because Soma's an hour south, Chain's an hour north.
Yeah.
So I literally got the best of both worlds. If I couldn't go to one, I can go to the other. Like if one's on a Friday, one's on a Saturday, I'm getting, you know,
the amount of 2 days we would hit too. Like if a tour was so fat, like just be like, yo, bro, we're going to Soma today, and we're just going to Chain tomorrow.
Especially when it's like $25 a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not bad. Yeah. You can get 2 days where it tickets $50, and then
I saw this post today on Instagram. I was randomly scrolling, and somebody was like, I'm so happy that I fell in love with a type of music where the shows are less than $100.
Yeah.
And I was like,
so real.
You have an opportunity to like at least maybe who knows where the conversation will go. You at least have an opportunity like to talk or get face to face with someone that you've been listening to.
Yeah. No, definitely.
That shit blew my mind when I got into punk rock and stuff.
Yeah.
And like some local shows, I was just like, he's right fucking there. I
think hardcore shows have kind of ruined my expectations of going to normal shows because I fully expected if I pay to see you, I can jump off your stage, grab your mic, I can like that's fully my expectation from my youth. And so like if I go see Post Malone and I'm standing in the back of a 5,000 person stadium, I'm gonna be like, just put me up.
And if you even try to get on the stage, you'll be arrested and like kicked out.
I saw Turnstile with Suicide Boys in San Diego like a year or two ago, and I was like seething because I was just like, because Turnstile was playing they have mosh part, like they're fun, but it was all the Suicide Boys crowd, so I was like, oh my god, like if I do one thing, someone's gonna crucify me here. But
punch a SoundCloud rap fan.
It's cool though. It's good for Turnstile, like really good for them to be on tours like that.
I always like people can get upset when like you see a band that goes out with like a bigger band, whatever, and it's like, wow, they do that tour. It's like, dude, they're gonna expose. Like kids who didn't know, like.
And also, that's that band that can play with literally anybody. Like they can play with heavy bands, they can play with pop bands. Like it doesn't matter. Turnstile is just
they're
rip.
so good.
Yeah.
They inspire up and coming bass players.
Yeah. What? Because the white.
Huh?
What? Because his white bass.
Wasn't that your favorite bass player? Is the bass player
for real?
Turnstile?
Nice, hard.
Man, dude. Yeah, they were one of the first like hardcore bands I was getting into, like with Backtrack and Expire. Like I was 2015, when Non-Stop Feeling came out. Yeah.
That was a band that I think we've talked about this before. Like it took a while for me to get it, and then when I got it, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is cool."
They're cool. Yeah. They're like experimental, but not too like they're just super niche. Yeah, super niche. Yeah,
and their older material was a little bit more like straightforward, kind of like skate hardcore, which was like really cool. Yeah.
I remember watching like a Complex, like little documentary on that.
Yep.
And they talked about how like their bass player was just a homie, never picked up a bass before, and then he fucking rips, and it's like that whole band was just friends, which is like a thing that obviously talking to you guys, I fucking love seeing that in bands, and so I watched that and I was like, maybe I'll give these guys another chance, and then I started listening to them again. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, like I get it, and then over the past few years, I'm like, oh fuck, like all the records that are coming out are sick.
They're growing.
And then I saw them like you'd see them play with like huge hardcore bands, and then they turn around and play Complex Con. And it's like, you can do all of it.
Dude, shout out to Vitello for fucking seeing that and believing in it early on, because he managed. I don't know if he still does, but I think he still does.
He still does.
But
it's like why he's not doing Backtrack.
Well, yeah, dude, like that's the belief he had in the band he was managing, and because we were even on the run that we did with them, I remember him basically telling us, he's like, I'm almost done with this stuff because I want to focus on my bands, and I was like, what? Why?
Why would you do that?
Sick. Yeah, your band's so sick. Why would you stop?
Oh,
and back when we saw Turnstile for the first time, would have been with like Backtrack or Expire, like one of those kind of bands. So like that's really crazy thing about it in retrospect.
Yeah, I saw them at I think the first time I saw Turnstile was it was the Life and Death tour at Chain. And funny enough, Gilly was there, and we didn't even know each other. The vocalist of 97 Minutes was there 10 years ago. It was just funny. We're in the same room, and we had no idea. But that was my first time seeing Turnstile, Backtrack, like Forced Order open, Misery, Malfunction, I think. It was really crazy. Yeah, it was really, really good. I wore a long sleeve, and when I remember when I left it, I looked like I just like got out of a pool. Like, it was disgusting. It was so gross, but it was worth it. That actually might have been my first hardcore show too, like pure hardcore show. Like, yeah. I was really into Expire and bands like adjacent, but that was like my first like I have to go. Like, I mean, my grandparents like dropped me off and shit. Yeah.
And Chain is such a cool place to like experience something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
100%.
It's still so personal.
So intimate. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we've seen some bangers there at Chain. We saw it like Knocked Loose when they were pulling up in the early days.
Yeah, like how like
with
first tour in
Expire and
California.
Gideon. Yeah, throwback. Fucking some good ones. Chain gets like Chain is really cool because it can get like the really low key bangers that are from out of state, or it can get like the really just crazy like
Crazy hype, like, you know, Security Guns 2-day
Right.
back show.
Yeah, like the
that,
Malevolent
yeah.
Snuffed on Sight one that just happened.
The
a month or
headliner,
two. That
yeah.
was crazy. It was super cool. But yeah, shout out Chain Reaction.
Chain Reaction. I got saved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
Yeah, we were crushed by that too. Shout out Stick to Your Guns for that.
Yeah.
I think Jesse was the one that organized all that.
My biggest regret of that whole thing was getting a shirt that was too small.
Oh, is that when you fully just realized that you're not the size you thought you were?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a good look.
That was your wake up call. You put on the shirt and you're like,
yeah, it's a little rough. It's rough.
Like, what size do you need? A large?
But yeah, when they say, "Are you sure?" That's because we like 2X's and the amount of.
we both are too.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Just give me the shirt.
It's about to fit, man.
Yeah.
I'm buying it. What do you care?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Should we go into some of these questions?
Yeah, right.
We should, but while you pulling those up, since we were talking about kind of the history of the band, I was asked to ask about you guys' side project, Balsactomy.
No.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Balsactomy.
That's
Oh my God.
crazy.
So that
I had
was.
to reread it just to make sure I was getting the name
God.
correct.
No, you read it right. I did not. Everything I hear that in person.
I was not ready for that.
Are you hardcore? Are you guys hardcore?
Yeah,
Is that what this is?
that was like
Get
a
that
Nardwuar
inside
moment.
scoop, you
Yeah,
know?
that was crazy.
No, Balsactomy is a single song.
Is it? Did we only do one?
We only did one.
Yeah.
It's a single song that we made. I'm gonna explain the story of this song. Oh my God. Okay. So it's me, Manny, and Donavan. We are really big into like extreme metal, like death metal and slam and
Slam, yeah, just like thoughtless, like
stuff. Like frog vocals
Yeah.
and 300 BPM clicky drums, the whole nine, you know.
Sick.
That project was kind of our attempt at doing that. Newer Ritual kind of has more of a slam beatdown influence, which is really cool. It's like less traditional deathcore, a little bit more like modern metal fusion kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was our early attempt at just making a really extreme slam project.
the thing about it is
It's a joke
The
also.
one thing
I love
about
how you're
it,
telling the story and
The
you just
one-
pulled your hat so low. Like,
there's a little bit of a backstory behind this. Is it was a joke. But like we were all like, ha ha, like wouldn't that be so funny? Someone said Balsactomy. Manny was like, you know what? Like, I think you're on. And then
you just start cooking.
dude. And I think we were already super faded. We were there. It was so late, man. It was like after midnight, and Manny, like, how did we? I think we cooked up the instrumental.
Well,
Like,
so
there-
the video, the entire song is based on a meme where this dude grabs a hornet's nest and it's sitting on his door is what it is, and so he sees it and he sings it right from the video. He
grabs
literally
it.
goes like Jean, 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 and so we were like, oh bro, I think that a riff.
I was like, yo, that's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
And then
dumb.
Manny played it on the guitar, and we were like, yo, that's and then made it into a song. I recorded the vocals while
I
this
was
guy was
asleep.
passed out on the bed because we were just like, and
It was like 2 a.m.
I recorded the vocals, did my whole track, and I was like, go, like, it's your turn, like, get up. And he literally woke up and then tracked the vocals, and we finished at like 1 or 2 a.m. and we're just like, haha. And now that song's just on the internet.
Oh, you guys released it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
is it on Spotify?
Just Bandcamp.
yeah,
Okay.
it's on
Yeah.
Bandcamp. Yeah, it's got art and everything. It's actually kind of heavy too, but it's just us. Like, there's no lyrics. Is there?
Is there album artwork?
There
There
is.
is,
Okay,
yeah.
so again, total joke. So the song is pretty much based on that meme video, but also the whole
lyrics, I think.
the whole Jeffrey Epstein trial was happening on that time. So it's like a loosely based on that. It's kind of just like a joke song
I love
about how
that.
terrible Jeffrey Epstein was. Pretty much.
Epstein Slam.
Yeah.
Damn.
Slam. Dude.
That's it.
That was total 2 a.m. brain rot.
Yeah.
Just like,
Dude.
we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
do this.
Like we probably like woke up the next morning and we're like, wait, did we do that? Or like, yeah,
It's
like,
already up. We already have a band camp.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's the some of the sickest songs come from like the most ridiculous places, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
2 a.m. ideas, dude.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Remember, I was watching a video that Jesse from Emir, old guitar player
Guitarist,
Emir,
yeah.
had put out, and he was talking about how one of the songs that they wrote was because somebody had sent them an email and was like, "Hey Emir boys, make a song out of this," and it was just like 000-000-00-00, like just some bullshit, like making fun of them, and they were like, "Say less," and they made a fucking song based off of those chug patterns.
It's
and
it's the one Crime Wave plays in that old video.
Oh, yo, that's so funny. That was back when like all the memers were out too, and they were just like chugs, like, oh, this isn't heavy, it's just chugs.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
spilled
was
my
right-
Cheerios. Amir tabs.
Yeah, dude. It's like, bro, these chugs are heavy. Like, listen to it.
Love it.
Please, God. But Mir still slaps too.
Well, shout out Hunter for that.
Hunter,
Yeah, huge shout out Hunter. That's the boy.
That's one of the best like surprise reactions. I think.
Yeah.
I won't take credit for it. I didn't
Yeah,
do the
that
research,
was-
but he shot that in. I was
No,
like, all right.
he's a good friend.
Say
so
less.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
was a good one for sure.
Dude, well, you guys pretty much already answered this, but just to shout him out, thank you for sending the question. Spin Kick Kid.
Oh, David.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He asked how did Ritual of Despair come to be a band. So
Yeah, just an idea between us that kind of blossomed over time.
Yeah, yeah. The name, I guess to add a little bit onto the question, we really like to play Injustice 2. And
Fighting game,
I really
yeah.
like to play Scarecrow in that game. He has a move called Lord of Despair. That's where the of despair came from. I don't think we ever cracked what the ritual came from. Though.
No, because like
It's a video game reference though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a video game reference.
lots of bands have the blank of blank.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And we did it kind of like tongue in cheekily because like we made the band in 2020. Whole idea was MySpace deathcore before a lot of these bands started doing it too. So like we were just like, what's the most like not generic structure, but like what's a very tried and true metal band name structure, and we were like blank of blank, and so we got the of despair, and then just figured out like ritual eventually looks good in front. So
Yeah.
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I went and looked up like I was like, I wonder what it means. I wonder where they got it from or whatever. Because I thought like Ritual of Despair. I thought it was like a dark form of like suicide or something. You know, like
no, not really. Like that's
Honestly, dude. Like, I mean,
could
like,
be.
I mean, with the first music video, honestly, like, it's not like it's not a crazy thought.
No, you're not completely
like,
off
yeah,
base.
because
Yeah.
like no, but yeah, like I feel like it kind of comes across in like our writing style too, because we really didn't. I don't want to say we didn't think too much about it, but we really just did like we were like, oh, that sounds sick, let's do it. Like I don't know, you know, like
yeah, it was very much like off the cuff, I guess.
I don't even know if we had too many other options either, did we? Like I'm pretty
No.
sure we just like da. Oh, okay, like
At least it's a cool name.
yeah,
it's a
there
cool
was-
name, and
There
I
was a
like that
dick
it's a video
joke
game
because ROD. There was a dick joke right there.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause the anagram was Rod.
we literally came up with it and we were like, haha, Rod, like haha, haha. Like,
Literally the day we
like,
named the band, I was like,
Yeah.
bro, if my band for the rest of my life is an anagram for dick,
it is what it is.
Well, I mean,
at least it's
side by
raw.
side with ball sack.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Raw.
Yeah,
Fitting, right?
yeah,
Odd ball sack to me.
man.
God.
Odd ball sack to me, dude.
We can't run from it. It is what it is.
The fucking hardest tour ever.
That's how you know if you guys are playing a secret set.
Yeah.
It's like, who's this Rod band?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Well, and to your credit, like if people do ever ask what the name means, like I interpret it as like any kind of negative cycle someone repeats can be a ritual of despair. It can be addiction. It can be
yeah.
like really any kind of self-destructive behavior can be seen as that. So like if I have to give a heady description to the name, that's kind of where I take it typically is like it's any negative cycle that people repeat that's harmful to them.
That's solid. It's a good.
Damn.
That's kind of the heady way to think of it. But
That was
I'm
like,
over
that
here
was
like-
yeah. That's he's like that's
Like
what I was gonna say.
The dude from Hot Rod. Why do you call yourself that? Because it's super badass. Like,
yeah, Voltron. I call it
dude.
Voltron.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then Danny Sector asks favorite strand to dab.
Danny. Shout out
Every name I'm gonna know. Yeah.
Danny, shout out to fucking Gamma Sector. That's our homie. He's done some like shirt designs for us too. He's really cool.
Yeah.
To dab? That's crazy. That's crazy to ask.
I love how they both start contemplating. They both go into deep thought.
Every question has been super simple off the top. This one.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll go with forbidden fruit.
I'm gonna go with Granddaddy Purple. It wasn't old school.
All right.
Okay.
Respectable OGs.
Yeah.
Do you know what a dab is, Mike?
I think so.
I think so.
I guess.
It's like smoking weed.
That's a dab.
It's like smoking weed times 100.
It's weed juice is what it is. So people will juice the nugs,
Concentrate.
and the juice that comes out of it is like super refined. Yeah.
Oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the band, you know.
Dude, I will never forget my first dab was in a dispensary.
Oh yeah.
I'd gone and I had picked up weed, and then they were like, "You want
dab?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was getting into. They had to get me water because I was fucking dying.
Hey man,
choking.
dude.
They're like, "Here, dude," and then I walk out to the car and I'm like crying. Like my girlfriend at the time was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yo.
But you might have to drive.
Oh, let's
Like, what happened to you?
I
don't
always
know.
thought it was so wild that dispensaries before weed was legalized, they would give you like dabs and stuff, and you would
just drive home.
Yeah, no, you were one of many, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, our
I
first,
thought about it later on. I was like, damn, if I didn't have my girlfriend there to drive me home, I'd have been like
stuff.
sleeping in the car for
Sleeping at a red
hours. Yeah.
we've been there. We've been there. Yeah, we've been there.
My favorite thing with the dabbing, they're like, so what do you, indica, hybrid, sativa? It's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't. No, it does
When it's
not.
90%, like, yeah, what is the strain difference gonna matter?
Dude.
Dude, and it used to freak me out too. Like, you want to dab, and they pull out like a fucking torch.
Blowtorch, yeah.
They have like all these like glass.
Giant
and
glass
shit.
lid,
You're
yeah.
like,
Me now. That's me. I bring my rig and I have a thermometer and stuff. So if someone's
It's a
like,
whole
yeah, if
science
someone's like, you want to
experiment,
dab?
yeah.
I set everything out and I'm like, oh wait, don't take it yet. Like, well, and they're like, yo, like, are you good? And I'm like, you said you wanted to dab.
We swear it's not crack. You have to believe us.
No, yeah, but
I'm not gonna go rob my business to get more wax. Like I promise.
dude, our first dab, I think, because that was your first dab behind, right?
Ours was
With
behind a
Chance?
church.
Yeah,
Our first dad's
we
behind
were
a
just
church.
doing. We were in
fitting.
Marietta, and like some friends were like, "Yo, like let's like come get fucked up with us." And like we would smoke weed and stuff, in this little street in Marietta. But we all went behind this church, and our friend was like, "Dude, do you guys want to try dab?" And we were like, "Oh, I don't know." And I remember we each took one. I was like borderline hallucinating, and like and dude, we were just.
I took like 3.
And our friend was like, "Do you want another one?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah," and then like I'm so high that dude, like I'm literally like, "What is going on?" And then he comes in, he's like, "Do you want another one?" And I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take another one," and then dude, next thing I know, just.
Oh yeah, greened out. Yeah.
We were all on a.
Dude.
That was our our first dab experience.
That just reminded me. So this is like a crazy, like small world type thing. Which, when I was in school, I actually went to school for audio engineering, and I had a homie of mine who lived in K-Town, and they would grow, but they had just buckets and buckets of like keef. Right.
Okay.
And so then they would make butter, and they would make these strong ass cookies.
Oh, it just keep was crazy.
Just keep, right? So I ate like 2 chocolate chip cookies, and like I didn't understand edibles at the time. I'm like 19, whatever. And so I ate 2 of them, and I'm like, I'm not high. And this is, mind you, this has happened to me twice. Once at school, once when I was on tour with Whitechapel.
Okay.
And so I'm in school, but luckily it's a music school, like nobody gives a shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
And so I eat them, cool, like hanging out, whatever. Then we go out into the parking lot. Like all this happened on the same day, which is wild. Go out into the parking lot, we start smoking in the parking lot and also drinking beer. So I'm like smoking a blunt or whatever. Our school was the bottom story, and then up top was VH1 Celebrity, like 51 Minds and all that shit was
Crazy.
upstairs.
Okay.
And so like it's off Sunset Boulevard, it's in Hollywood, sitting in the parking lot, and we're all like drinking like Budweisers, like Bud Heavies, like, you know, whatever. And this rock and roll ass dude comes walking out, and we're looking at him, and I'm like, this dude looks so familiar. And then one of the guys that was next to me was like, dude, Poison fucking rocks, dude. And it's Brett Michaels.
Yeah, dude.
So then Brett Michaels walks over and comes over to say what's up to us, and like as he's walking over, I'm high, right? Like,
Dude.
oh, so I met Brett Michaels, but I barely remember meeting him.
Dude.
Go inside and go to the classroom, and I'm sitting in class, and the room just starts spinning because I had just like way too much, dude.
Sick or something.
Room spinning, like I'm trying to stabilize myself and I can't.
That sounds so my first edible experience sounded pretty
So
identical,
bad.
man.
So bad. So I tell my teacher this. He's a young dude. His name's Mike Whiteside. I'm gonna call him out by name because he would never listen to this. But there's another connection here. So I tell him like, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, yeah,
So you do.
whatever
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do.
And I threw up. I went in the bathroom and fucking threw up because it
Yeah.
was spinning so bad. I just had to get it out of my system. Then went back to class, and then he was like, just go to sleep, dude. So I just went to sleep.
Dang, he was a good teacher.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
So the weird connection is, and I don't know why, like what you said just triggered this whole thought. We're on an email chain for a show that we're going to be playing, and they're like, hey, we added the sound engineer onto this email. The name on the email is Mike Whiteside.
Yo.
And I'm like, hold on. He's still in LA. I know he runs sound at venues.
What?
I wonder if this is the same
That's
fucking
awesome.
guy.
What the fuck?
So I'm like just waiting for this show to happen to be like,
Yeah.
you remember me, dude?
Yo, Mr.
Like,
Whiteside,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked up
Remember when I
Mike.
was-
Yeah. Fucking passed out. Like, what you getting tonight, dude?
Oh, dude.
I got super high in your class that one time.
That's awesome.
He's like, you're the dude who thought he met Brett Michaels. He's like, you never.
Everybody else corroborated the story, so I know it happened. I know it
You just
happened.
came in, you were just saying Brett Michaels or something. It's crazy.
You were singing like Poison songs, like Unskinny Bop, not even cool ones.
Knowing LA and K-Town is probably some homeless dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, cut to. It's not even.
Yeah. Well, just some dude in a bandana with lip gloss on.
Skull it.
Have you guys been to Vegas since the Sphere got made?
No. Well, we were there and they had built it, but I haven't.
Like since it was on?
No.
We were just there, and I was joking. I can't imagine being a tweaker walking around the streets of Las Vegas and then seeing the Sphere. 'Cause,
Giant
like,
eyeball walking around.
or like a giant robot like peering through the thing. Like I would think my reality was breaking or something. Like
There's no way. There's no way. Dude.
On some good, I'm on some good shit.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Danny Sector.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny.
He's got more. He says, favorite song to play live.
I think I know my answer already.
Well, because I'm like trying to think of like.
I'm not gonna
what
lay my cards until I see what his are.
Because
too.
like I like have like what I feel like pops off the most, and then I have what I have the most fun playing.
Well, what do you have? What do you have the most fun playing?
Yeah.
The one that comes on and you're like, I might not even sing this. I might just mosh.
Fuck.
For blind. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
My answer, thankfully, like it's the same for both. Like it's the most. I think it's the most popular song, and it's one that I like playing the most. For me, it's our song. It's "The Consequence of Weakness." That's our second music video. That song, like for me personally, like it just starts, it doesn't stop. Like it's a song that just is hype all the way through, which I really love. There's no slow part or like moment where I feel like I'm on stage, just like, not that I do it for any of our music, but it's like it just feels extra intense and it's really fun.
I think I feel similarly. Like that song is like the most. Like I just feel like the structure is really really good. Like it just like feels good. Like you know like I don't know like it feels like puzzle pieces like clicking in when we play that. My runner-up is probably No Sympathy, our like first like real song that we put out. The music video that he mentioned earlier, it's Eliminate, our like intro with No Sympathy,
which is like the first song that we ever made.
yeah, that's like the first stuff we ever put out, and that's like timeless for me. Like it just like reminds me of kind of like just like that, like when we started the band, kind of a little bit. And I feel like it's got a little bit of everything. Like it's a long song, but it's just like just keeps going kind of thing. I like songs like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Fucking. I'm gonna fuck this up, but it's XZNZO 562.
Yeah,
Xavier.
I think it might be pronounced like Jinzo or Zinzo. I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
XZenzo. Yeah.
Oh, Zinzo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I would have never.
Yeah, no, that's the homie.
But he asked, when's that new Ritual of Despair dropping? Need that.
He asked the right question. I was just about to start
Yeah.
getting into that. So we just finished an 8-song full length. We just tracked in. Manny has now produced the entire thing, like all the songs have the same mix now. You know, we just got album art for that too. It'll probably come out within a month or two. We're shooting for like early mid-October.
Yeah. Hoping for October.
It's we have all the features. It's totally finalized. Danny from Gamma Sector is actually gonna be featured on the very last song on the record. So probably 2 months is probably when the record's gonna come out roughly. We just have to shoot the last video to hype it up, and then it's good to go. It's out the door.
Yeah, we're about to shoot another music video, so hopefully another single by the end of September.
Yeah, and then early October is when it'll hopefully drop.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not attached to any labels or anything, so it's pretty much just as soon as we can get it on promotion channels and stuff, it's good to go. Yeah.
I love that.
Soon.
And you guys' music videos are fucking sick too. Like all of them
Thank
look
you.
Hell yeah.
Great,
Thank you.
yeah.
They've actually gotten
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They've actually gotten less high concept as we've gone on, but it's cool. The vibe has kind of stayed the same.
Yeah.
Like when we first started, you know, like with the first video with Missy, crazy demon-esque ladies, and we're like all fitted out, all crazy. And
that was
like,
shot by Eric DiCarlo also. That was, and like, shoot, I mean, you could probably name, but like Body Snatcher, Lorna Shore, like he just shot the To the Hellfire video. I think right after.
Right after he did our video, he did To the Hellfire.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's someone that we've been following forever though, because he works with like bands like Born Anew and dude, the list goes on. Like he's from New York, I want to say. So he just any band that we were really like that was heavy out there, he was shooting for them.
Yeah.
And then Consequence was shot by our friend Vicente,
Who's LA based.
he's LA based. He shoots. He works with Missy. He like shoots for Cradle and who did you did a video with him
For Suicide.
for Suicide?
Yeah.
and Suicide Silence and yeah.
Yeah, usually when we're in videos out here in LA, it tends to be directed by Vicente, so it was cool to have him do a
Yeah.
video for us too.
And then
Yeah.
the last one was shot by Joey. I'm not gonna say his last name because I'm gonna butcher it, but Joey from X King X. He's the bassist.
The
of X
bassist
King
of
X.
X King X,
Yeah, and he'll be shooting for us in September.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so hopefully 2 months about will be when the record comes out.
Oh yeah.
8 songs.
Fingers crossed.
Exciting.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
It's all right. So our boy Ty, he asked.
Here we go.
This is
Strap
actually.
in, boys.
I feel like.
He dialed it back.
Did he
this
go
week?
nice on us?
Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe not. He said festivals in parentheses, like 10 bands plus or so, or regular shows. Which is better to play and why?
Well, we haven't gotten to play a ton of festivals, honestly, and we'd like to. We just haven't really gotten the chance
We've
yet.
played like local like lineups with 10 or more bands before, and they've been pretty cool. Like Slam Fest at stages.
Yeah, and
like,
we played one at 1722. It was like a
we have-
local music night kind of thing.
and those are good shows. So I personally like a little more personal, like the 5 or 6 bands or less. Like I think like if you get like that right lineup, like it's just the vibe is like unmatched. But no, like you know, like we've had a similar, if not same vibe at fests that we played. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like trying to choose between like different types of shows is so hard because like I've realized talking to other bands, you like different shows in different places, different reasons. Like you'll go to one spot and be like, yo, sound here was really great, but there was no crowd. Then another spot you're like, yo, crowd here was great, but there was no parking or we got robbed or like so like I guess typically I would say for us probably smaller venue shows right now is where we're more comfortable, but I think that's just more so from what we've done.
We're aiming for like because like I'm sure our perspective will change if we get the chance to play something big. Like we always joke around, but like we're like Sound and Fury next year. We're gonna play Sound and Fury next year. Like
That's kind of
you know I'm sure
the
if we ever
prize.
like get the chance to do something like that, our perspective will change a little bit. But I really like shows with the homies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like everyone's there, not throwing shade, but everyone's there for the same reason. It feels like it shows like that. So the vibe is just always like.
Yeah.
And we try to have a hand as much as we can in booking our own shows. Like, obviously, we take whatever's given to us. So if a show is already filled up, we're not going to throw suggestions. But if we get thrown on a show and there's only 2 bands, we'll throw 97 Minutes or Smoke 909s or like any band that we feel like we're peers with or like we feel like would do a show of service. We'll throw them in pretty much every single time.
Yeah.
Just because like it's nice to have friends on the bill. So like that way, even if we're done and there's not a ton of people, I can turn around and go talk to Dave, or I can turn around and just hang out. Makes it a little more casual.
Yeah, for sure. Love to play Sound and Fury.
Yeah, dude. Us too.
That's the one that we're always like we're like joking, we're not joking.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of the like.
That's what we're working towards.
Our him and I have we have an interesting thing about Sound and Fury. So I've played Sound and Fury, but my band has not played Sound and Fury. His band has played Sound and Fury, but he's not played Sound and Fury. I filled in for his band at Sound and Fury.
No!
Oh my god, dude.
2010, I was on Warped Tour working for Atticus. I
remember that brand. Holy shit.
Yeah. And this was the year that I was like, Creative Void was doing cool shit. And me and Jake were on Warped Tour. And we got the Sound of Fury offer. Obviously, we said yes, but we couldn't fly back to do the show and then fly back to be on Warped Tour. So Mike filled in for me, and our homie Patrick filled in for Jake. And they got to see somebody doing a burnout and motorcycle in the middle of the pit. And
What?
playing a sick-ass fucking festival. And
That was so crazy.
We were just bummed that we couldn't be there.
Was it still at that same park in LA that it's at now?
No,
Exposition.
it was in like a tent or something.
It's like, this is 2010, so, yeah.
It was like in Santa Barbara.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like my whole band was home. We could have played it, but
It's not my fault. We were a better band,
Oh.
I don't believe that one. It feels good to say it.
look at us now wearing the same hat together.
Hey.
Same hat.
We're
Same hat. We're gonna see Patrick again.
Liquid Death Lords. Shame on you, Ty. You took it easy on them.
I know.
He usually gives you the ones where you're like, have to like rethink your life and shit. And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
all right. How good is water? Asks.
That's Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He said it's a blooper from Eastbound and Down. If you ask in the same way as the blooper, Matthew will die. What?
Wait, what? They did say
You
they
have to
sent
read
some
the
joke
statement.
questions, so
Maybe I'm not reading that correctly.
It's the how long you been with her?
no.
Oh my god. Bro.
Why are our friends like this?
You got to read the one right after it. That came first, and then this one.
Oh, okay.
And I know the clip.
How
long you been with her?
Dude.
Here,
Danny's
Mike.
been saying it all fucking week.
I know,
man.
dude.
We'll be like playing games or something. He's, how long you been with her? Like,
This is a real life coming into the podcast right now.
Dude, look the other way. Like, how long have you been with her?
It's this clip from Eastbound and Down with Michael Pena.
How long have you been with her?
All day trying to be like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Problematic Arab just says, why are they so cute?
Samir. Shout out Samir.
Yeah, these are literally a bunch of our closest friends who submitted like all these. That's really cool.
Samir from like Minnesota. Yeah, shout out Minnesota.
Yeah.
Chris Zedlov?
Oh, it's
Oh, Chris. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my friend from like middle
Marietta,
school. So
yeah, Marietta friend.
Shout out Marietta.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, what are their thoughts on Mars OG?
Another weed question.
Yo, that's
all
crazy.
the way
No, that's crazy because that's Mars OG is Mars OG.
Can I take a high
The lore
for the rest of the
behind Mars
interview,
OG is when we first started smoking weed and we first started going from weed like it's like, oh, you guys smoke weed, but have you heard of dabs? Dabs were kind of new on the market, and we would we would have our friend who could drive us to this really shitty part of Paris to where we could get wax from like a hole in the wall. This like like one of the ones like you didn't have to have an ID or whatever.
Pre-legalization.
Like,
so
yeah,
it
our
was-
friend would drive there, and like all you had to be was like 18 or whatever, and our friend would drive us there, and he would always be like, yo dude, I got you guys this wax. It was only like $5 a gram. And it was called Mars OG.
Which,
and dude,
you know, cheaper is not better.
It looked like motor oil, bro. Dude,
It was like black tar heroin looking,
it
like,
was
straight up.
not good. But our tolerance
didn't know any
was so
better
low.
also.
We'd get high as hell. Like, we'd be like, bro, this is crazy. Like yeah. And he was one of the few that was there. It's just we don't do that anymore. Times are different.
In our defense, the other $25 of our weekly allowance would be going to shows. So.
yes, exactly.
I love that.
All right. How good is water? Is asking Donovan how he's enjoying Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, are you playing it?
Yeah, he is, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
just
looks
got
beautiful.
it. Dude,
It looks beautiful.
So good. I'm playing it on PS5. I just got it yesterday. I'm enjoying it a lot. To answer the question, it's very good.
It's a video game.
Yeah, if you're anyone who's into, I don't even know, like it's like
It's like you're not. It's not a city. It's not villagers you got to take care of.
You don't have to like plant crops and stuff.
I don't think I'm at that part yet. No, it's like God of War and like a Souls game. People will get mad at me for saying that, but a God of War and a Souls game like combined, kind of. It's really cool. It's like a pretty linear game where you play as Wukong, and it's all based off of Chinese folklore and mythology, and the graphics are amazing. And it's just like, I love games like that I feel like I'm playing a movie, or like I'm really into the story. And I really am into like mythology and stuff like that. So God of War is really cool, and this game's really cool.
That intro opening clip that was going around circulating online, I was like,
With all the gods.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
and he's just flying at all of them like he's got
Bro.
no care in the world. I was like, this is
Such a
sick.
cool sequence, man.
I'm just
Yeah.
not ready to give my entire life away for the next like month.
Dude, I feel it. I it took me a minute to, like, cause it came out and I just was like, like for a while, and I was like, let me get it. Let me see what's up with it. It's cool though.
Me and Fabian are the only two members of Ritual who haven't played Elden Ring. 4 out of 6 of us have all played it, and I think like all like pretty much completed it. Like 4 out of 6 of us have.
Yeah.
The only reason I haven't started it is like I'm gonna lose my life.
Dude, that shit ruined my life. That shit ruined my life,
Dude,
bro. When I started it, I could not stop.
In the time period where I kind of like stopped playing music and was just like, let me just chill for a little while.
Yeah.
Dude, I went all in. I was playing like just so much shit that I was like trying 100% on.
Oh,
that
nice.
I was like,
okay.
And then I realized I was like, I'm literally fucking doing nothing.
Yeah, dude, Zach, our guitarist, he streams on like Twitch and stuff, and he
Yeah.
trophy hunts.
Really?
And dude,
He
yeah,
completes games, that's all he does.
100%'s like hard fucking games, and I'm just like, man, if you got the patience for it, like, because I don't, like, I fucking, dude, I got the new Spider-Man game, and I was right about to get the plat. It would have been my first plat ever. You just got to do like the smallest shit, like go around the city and find these little things. And I said, fuck it, and I uninstalled that shit. And then I just look at
See,
it. It's like the bar is like all the way I'm about to get it, but it's just never going to be there because I'm like, I'm not going to, like, fuck it, man. Like, I just don't have the patience. But yeah, Zach, 7th Sage on Twitch, if anyone's into games and stuff like that.
Sick.
Yeah, quick little plug.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna ask this question to the three of you guys. What would you say the longest, like uninterrupted, like, because if you had to get up to pee, then that ends it.
Or like gaming session.
Yeah.
Longest gaming session.
Oh, dude. I've rotted. I have, dude.
Like continuously. I mean, like without getting up to pee, I think probably 6 or 8 hours. You know, like I remember as a kid though, like I remember as a kid like pulling all nighters though. Like when I was a little kid, my dad first got me like Dragon Ball Z Budokai on my PlayStation, dude. I pulled an all nighter. I was up until 4 a.m., 6 a.m. the next day, and he came out and he was like, "What are you doing, bro?" And I was like, "Nothing."
Yeah.
I got this for dad.
Dude, I'll pull some like heinous shit if I know it's my day off. Like if I know it's my day off, dude, I'll be like, dust off that seat, like,
Yeah.
I'm not moving. Like, get the Postmates ready, like, bro, like, I like, dude, like nowadays, like, are we talking like no bathroom, no get, like you're just gaming, right? Like 4 to 6 hours, probably. Like I'd say is like my like go hard, like. Then I'm like, all right, I should probably do something with my life.
Yeah.
Like,
I should probably move my legs.
yeah. I should probably get the circulation.
I should probably piss in the toilet this time.
Yeah.
You take all your other water bottles of piss out of it.
Oh, man,
Not that you should do that in your room, but did you ever have to
Yeah.
do that like in a tour van or anything like that? We haven't had that experience yet. I haven't.
I did. Dude. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't.
I need an XL Gatorade
I'm gonna
bottle.
just say
And
I
that's
did-
not,
I
that's not a
did-
flex
and
at
I
that
did-
aim.
That's
That's not.
what you think.
Same.
Until you only have a little Aquafina bottle and you gotta find a way to fucking.
Dude, my thing is, I got the Aquafina bottle, but I didn't have another one. So like, dude, yeah, because I was on tour with my other band, and they were just like not wanting to pull over, and we were drinking, and so I was like, I'm gonna go, and then after, dude, I was like, guys, like I need something, like fuck, man.
We did that to Austin. All we had was like, you remember those little Welch's grape juice like, bottles?
Oh yeah.
He starts
Like a
pissing
child
in it.
juice bottle?
Yeah, he starts pissing in it, and then it's getting full, and he's like, guys, pull over. And we're like, okay, hold on. And he had to just like pinch himself onto the bottle and just hold it until we open the door.
Oh my
and then he,
god, bro, the pain.
The mono.
he opens the door and just throws the bottle.
Dude, that's like my other band endings. Juan, our guitar. Well, everyone actually. We were on a tour with another band called Heretic AD, and everyone. We were in Texas. Everyone ate the Tex-Mex from the gas station except me. I got the chicken tenders and the fries because I wanted my asshole to survive. But dude, everyone in my car is like, call Heretic. We gotta pull over and take a shit. They call Heretic. Their driver Chris pulled. We're about to call you guys. We gotta find a restroom right now. And dude, everyone shits. Blah 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 blah. We keep driving. 15 minutes later, someone's like, I gotta shit again.
Oh,
and then they're like, we're not pulling over. And my guitarist, we pulled over on the highway, and he just blasted all over the pavement, dude. They cracked the doors open.
I do not part of the story.
Dude, yeah, bro. It's on video. It's on Instagram. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
I know,
And I
I-
literally always remember us driving off, and I look in the rear view, and I'm just like, you sick bastard, bro. Because I can see it on the ground, bro. I was
You're like still eating your chicken tenders. You're like,
yeah, dude, they got one. Like, what? Are you gonna eat a Mexi burger on tour? Like,
It was
are you gonna
called
look
the
at that
Mexi
and go,
burger,
"Damn,
dude, like-
yeah, like,
Oof.
Like 7-Eleven Mexi burger.
It's kind of one of those things where if I see everybody is eating it, I'm like, you know what? We're in this together.
Fuck it, yeah.
But if I'm the only one, like if I'm the only guy going for the taco
Dude.
truck, I'll reconsider.
dude.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
They were in it together. That's for sure.
Well,
dude.
when that whole thing went down, they went to a gas station that only had one bathroom, and so, bro, the bassist is on the toilet, the guitarist is sitting on the trash can in the same stall with him.
My
Fuck
bassist
yes,
is a
dude.
big dude, and so my guitarist, I just always remember, he's like, bro, like let me in or I'm gonna shit myself. Like let me. He literally said that, and then he was like, bro, I'm shitting. Like, what are you gonna do? And he gets in and he just used the trash can next to him. Yeah, that's on video too.
So there's
That's on video
a
too.
photo or a video of
I could
someone
probably pull that up.
peeking a phone over a stall, and
Yeah,
you just
bro.
see two men just in their hand.
Dude, yeah, they're both sitting there going like this right next to each other. It's funny too because one's really big and one was really small, so they're like it's just kind of the juxtaposition was just kind of funny. Yeah, but yeah, that was
I don't miss tour diving.
yeah, that was
Just
yeah.
being at the like will of whoever is in the driver's seat. you're like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Please.
Dude,
Yeah.
and I'll drive. I'm the like if I'm in the seat, like I'll go too. Like I like driving.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't win them all though.
It's funny how you guys have given like different types of things of like how it's on tour. This is how it's really on tour.
Yeah, dude.
The reality is not as bright as most people think it
It
is.
is not glamorous or
The smell is
pretty.
great.
Yeah.
The group diarrhea is wild because that's like you said. There's only so many toilets.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
I'm looking back. I'm like, man, we've been pretty fortunate. 'Cause we ran into the trouble where we had guys that were throwing up. That you can do kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
A little more,
Give me a little
more
bag.
socially accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Dropping trowel's a little worse for sure.
It's a little worse.
Yeah.
You know?
And shitting stinks, dude. Ain't nobody want to deal with that, man. Like,
I don't know. I guess this is probably something just very wrong with just some of my dudes because we've eaten lots of
It's hit or
questionable
miss.
gas station.
and some people, you know, you can be
Delicacies.
built different. Some people can take it too. Like I it's hit or miss for me too because I've definitely played the game.
Where are those guys from that you were out with?
They're Juan, Edwin, and Esteban. They're all like like Hesperia, like up more like above LA, like
never mind.
not like super far up,
Like
but-
almost like Midnight Hour area.
Mhm.
Damn, this must have been some crazy stuff because
Yeah.
you know I feel like in Southern California I feel like we
test the waters.
Yeah.
Dude, when I first lived in Temecula, I went out and came out to LA and played a show with them, and I got food poisoning on like my first night from this little taco truck. And I like never. That was like my like, oh, this is how it is. Like that greasy taco.
You're both
truck.
nodding,
Yeah, dude. It was,
I know it well.
yeah. You live and you learn.
It's the shady taco trucks and then the shady Chinese food spots.
Yo, that was a live and learn too.
Yeah,
The
those
Chinese
get me.
spots, dude. Bamboo Express, man.
The food is so good though, but then like 30 minutes later you're like, oh no.
Yeah, dude.
There's a Chinese spot. So most of the time when I eat a place, like I don't scare off easy. Like if I like the food, I'm gonna come back. Like
Yeah.
For sure.
and especially if I have a winning record, you know. Like
This is how you know Mike has actively invited people to a sushi spot and told them, I got sick once or twice, but it's way better now.
yeah. See, I've already
You stood on it.
Let's just say,
You said, yeah.
like let's just say if I've been there like 50 times and I've gotten like pretty sick, like 3 times, that's a passing grade. That's
I don't know if most folks would agree with that.
I like those odds. Am I alone in this?
Is it a you know how many times I've been sick off of that place?
But how good is it though?
Mike frequents that a lot, so we might need to bleep that name out.
Growing up, he's like, oh, it was worth
4
it.
days, Michael.
Oh, dude.
It has like a C- rating on the thing, but you're like good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Please get degrees is what I'm
No.
told.
Oh, man.
Dude, I've eaten in some questionable places. I remember one time my girl is like vegetarian, right? And she's like, there's this Indian spot I want to eat at. It's like, I really want to go over there. I was like, all right, cool. We'll go over there. And so we go and I order my plate and she's trying to figure out what she wants. She's ordering and I'm looking in the kitchen and this roach starts running across the kitchen and then it like stops and kind of like legit like looks through the doorway at me and almost was like, sup? And then kept going. And I was like, and then I like look at her and she's like, yeah, and she's talking to the guy and like ordering and she's excited. I was like, I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah, no. Happy to-
And I just let her order and I got my food, I kind of inspected it, and I was like, all right, you know, I'll eat a little bit. Good food.
Nice.
Good food.
Dude, that
Told
was-
her afterwards, she's like, I'm really glad you didn't tell me until after, because I would have been really disappointed and I wouldn't have eaten the food. I was like, well,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Roll the dice, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I'll never go back there
Dude.
because I swear, like, if I'd have gotten closer, it would have dapped me up and been like,
Dude.
"What's up, fool?"
That roach was like, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, dude, that roach cooked your guys' food.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're telling me a roach fried these noodles?
I have more friends in the back.
Yeah.
They're working on the naan.
I thought you were gonna go with like you're hoping that you got sick, so you can be like, see, this is what you get for being vegetarian.
No, no, but I do blame her for having to get my appendix removed because they were like, "Oh, usually it's when you switch your diet and you eat more grains and stuff. Those little things
no
can get
way.
lodged in there." I was like, "You see?"
What?
She's like, "That wasn't me."
It's the king. Wow.
Fucking quinoa.
I was a vegetarian for like 13 years because of my folks. It was pretty good.
Yeah, growing up.
Was it-
Yeah,
Same.
Oh,
I grew
yeah.
up
yeah,
vegetarian.
they were like really hard on it. But,
So you know all about the Big Franks.
oh yeah, dude, and fried chick goes hard.
Your fried
dude.
chick's dope.
Yeah,
Fried chick's dope.
and, the other half of my family is Mexican, so as soon as I started hanging out with them, they were just like, you know, oh yeah, they're like, oh, you want menudo, but like some pozole, and I'd be like, what is it? Like I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's so good, and they're like, oh, that's intestines.
Yeah.
Like, or
Oh, it's cow
Tripe.
tongue.
yeah, tripe. Yeah, that was like one of my first. Like, I was like, oh shit, and then they gave me chicken and like whatever, and my grandparents were kind of like, that's cool, I guess. Yeah.
Did you ever pull the move that Mike and his brother Mario used to pull, where they'd order the pizza but have them put the pepperonis under the
Allegedly,
cheese?
for anyone that watches from Brother's Church, allegedly.
No. Your pastor did that.
Let's go.
Also, shout out to my pastor brother for shouting our band out.
Dude, that
We were
was like,
young.
dude, still like the most wild thing. Like, just, I was like one of the few like kids that I feel like because it was a private school, so I would go and like wear all black and stuff. And people were like, "Are you okay? Like, are you depressed?" And I remember because he was the religion teacher. Like, he was like the class was about like it was just whatever. And I had my Ghost Inside shirt on. And he's like, "Yo, like my brother's band plays with them." I'm like, "Fuck off!" Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, like okay, like what do you mean? And he told me, and I looked you guys up, and I was like. Like this is crazy, but yeah, dude, go like TGI and ABR in Heart's Wake, whatever. Fit for a King, dude. Yeah, Fit for a King. We were riding that train till the wheels fell off. Man. Yeah, that was they were.
Lots of that late 2010 metalcore.
Yeah, you guys
Still-
were right
still
up.
love
Like
all of
it was
that.
like what we were looking for at the time. So it was cool. It was small, and Mario was always really cool. Like I always enjoyed having class with him. So it was cool. And that, funnily enough, actually too, I think I was only at that school for a year. So it was like makes it that more like like small world.
Small world.
Yeah.
And that's a small school.
Yeah.
I went to we went to tiny private school too, and
Oh, where was it?
I went to La Sierra Academy.
La Sierra?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. I went to Masaka, Marietta Springs Adventist Academy. It was like off of Clinton Keith in Hot Springs. Yeah, it's like a little pocket, but I like knew La Sierra because I think we like play because we did flag football and stuff. So like they would all like I knew you guys, Loma Linda and like Linfield and stuff like that. All the Christian schools.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's such a small world, especially in music too. Like all the people that are in bands all went to like private school.
Yeah.
The dudes in Torture Culture, Loma Linda.
Oh,
Ty
dude,
and
my school used to
Travis.
play Loma Linda and flag football all the time.
Yeah, Ty
That's
and
so
Travis.
funny, bro. That's so funny. The vocalist of Smoked, he has a really crazy religious background too. David, yeah. I'm pretty sure his dad was in the church or one of his parents.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really, really crazy how it works out. We all end up in the same room.
Yep.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Where are we? Okay. Star Writer.
Oh, it's Maria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one who did the videos?
No, that
No.
is Missy. This is Josh's our bassist lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "How do you feel about being a 6-member group? Is there advantages and disadvantages?" Or I guess what are they?
Yeah, we kinda
I'd
talked
say
about it
we've played more on the advantages, but I mean the only disadvantage is the extra literal body. Like like when the stage is too small. But I put that more on the stage than on us most of the time. Like that's
Just one more schedule to work out.
It's
basically.
the only real downside is just like logistical. More money for flights or more like
room in the van too. Like whatever
that kind of stuff.
traveling.
But like that's only the time it ever really comes up. Like when it comes like we said before, like the creative stuff, all that stuff is just like super easy. So it's really just like keeping track of the 6 heads and making sure we're all together.
I like it because we can split payments 6 ways. You feel like hey, like another like,
And it's an even
No, I'm
split,
just kidding.
you know?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
6 is
kidding.
a nice even split.
It does work out though, and just our sound. We love having 2 guitarists. Like that's just how it's been. It's like a staple. We just like that big like.
Yeah.
We
sound.
love production, but we're also really big on like when you go to see a band live, I want all the sound to be in the room. Like we try very hard not to like use a ton of tracks or anything, and like not to say that stuff doesn't have its value or anything, but also like we just pump bass drops and samples through the PA and that's it. No guitars are backtracked, no vocals are backtracked, nothing besides that. Because like we, like the cab push like in the room is just really important to us. So just having 2 guitars,
That wall of sound.
yeah.
When you guys go on the road, do you guys take anyone with you as far as like merch or team?
No, we don't usually.
I was gonna say that's already.
We probably
Yeah.
should, but
We had like if like one of our partners or like one of our friends is at the show and they're like I'll run it or whatever, like that's like the most, but we for the most part we just do it, like one of us ends up at the table after the set. And
the only time we brought an extra person on tour was we brought Joey, the guy who shot our last video, on tour with us to San Luis Obispo and to Vegas. And that was 2 days. Like that was cool to have him with us, but he was just like
shot promos and stuff.
just like filming media and like photography and stuff. So it, like that was cool, but we don't usually bring a sound guy or any extra hands because we have 6 of us. So like the only time we're really not the table is when we're playing, and then other than that, at least one of us will be there by the van or something. So it's like nice in that regard.
And do you guys help load gear?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We are not the elusive vocalist meme where my loading is my microphone and that's it.
I want to end this fucking this disgusting stereotype and lie.
Yeah, everyone always gives us shit because we only bring in a microphone, but because we have 4 other dudes, we kind of put all
we
the
feel
energy in helping
useless
them
if we're
out.
not doing anything because the other 4 people in the band are like
carrying
so
big
it's like,
music and stuff.
give me
so
some, give me something, let me help you. But
It's like I didn't choose this life for you.
yeah.
The only, actually, no, I'm about to.
You're about to shoot yourself in the foot.
I was say, there's the only time when like I haven't has been like on runs where it's like you load out and it's like it has to be quick. Like you got to get your shit off and get it out of the way. And at that point,
Because you're just in the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I get someone's got
That's a good point.
someone's got to be at merch, and so that's the only time. But other than that, man, I fucking
And you hate merch.
I fucking hate doing merch.
yeah,
I get overwhelmed pretty easy doing
Yeah.
merch too. Yeah, it's definitely easy.
Dude, I hate it.
the number one way I feel like for me as a vocalist to be helpful when we're loading and unloading is just stand by the stage and help pick cabs up or
Yeah.
bring them down.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Yeah.
Help you.
That's all you got to do, really, right?
Yeah, I just do the mindless, like, give me something, like,
Yeah.
let me,
Yeah,
tell me where to
baby
go.
hands.
Yeah, tell me where to go.
I just try to get drums because they look like you're doing a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yeah.
you're really not. I'm like, I got
The
this.
kick drum's the only one that's even kind of heavy. Yeah.
Dude.
Dude, I at the show, Martin Desmadre finished playing and he's like, hey, can you grab my pedals? And I was like, yeah, cool. Hop on stage to go get the pedals, and there's 4
Oh my god.
sets of double kick pedals on the stage. I was like,
Pick which one.
what, why are there so many?
Did you have the DWs or the Pearls or the?
Yeah. I was like, are you playing the Iron Cobras?
Yeah.
Right here? Are these yours?
Dang.
Yeah.
I
I was lost.
used to. Well, Martin will probably disagree. I felt like I got really good at like helping him set up or like get his stuff to where it needs to be so he can
Tweak from there.
Yeah, but I feel like in the last tour, I feel like I was like in the way with a lot of stuff.
I feel that. I always try to. I'm like making sure. I'm like, is this okay to say here, or like, am I getting in the way?
I just look at Steve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did, and I don't think Martin liked it very much. there was one of the dates where we had to like move the van for something, and so Martin went and moved it, and we had to do sound check. So
Oh, and you were.
I was like, I can do it. I know his sound check.
No.
Yeah.
I know his fucking. Da, 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 da. But apparently, I hit like a bitch. And I don't know how much of it was real, if it was like really messy with me. But Aaron, our sound guy's like, yeah, go ahead and hit it, man. I was like, I fucking am, dude.
The shit out of this thing.
Punching holes in the snare.
Yeah. I was like trying to like be respectful, I was like, I don't want to put a hole in this bad boy. And then I was like, hey, you got to hit that shit, man, for reals. I was like, I am. Martin's a fucking gorilla, dude. I was like,
Dude, no, same with Manny. Like, I feel like there's two kinds of drummers, either a speed drummer or a power drummer. And, like, we're really lucky Manny's a bit of both, but he's definitely a power drummer. And so, like, dude, all of his kicks and, like, snare hits and stuff are just, like a gorilla, like you said, dude. It makes no sense.
I don't.
Dude, Steve too. Like he beats the shit out of his kit. It's like so loud.
My favorite phrase is when people say the drummers are beating their drums with their own money.
Yeah.
I love that saying.
Yeah.
Or like the Rentons do.
Yep.
But we help. Anyone vocalists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like in a huge band, you can afford to have,
Roadies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nate Bena.
Nice. Yeah.
He said Neon Genesis, Evangelion.
Yep.
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Oh, Evangelion. Cool. Ritual Despair merch rip when.
Down.
Oh dang! Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
anime. So he wants us to do
we
an
should
anime
do
tee.
that.
We can do that probably
we can
pretty
do that.
easily. We love that show.
Yeah,
Oh, we
could
actually
check
have
that.
one locked
I
from
think
Danny.
Yeah,
Danny.
we do have one, but it's when is the question? Soon.
Sounds like there's a new record coming, so
Yeah.
it might be the time.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, soon, very soon. Shout out Nate and all the shows he throws to. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a promoter. He takes care of everyone.
Free Souls Rex is our boy Greg, right? He says favorite memory of playing a show.
I look at this guy because I always think of there's a couple.
What did you do?
Well, so for the record, he was at our very first show ever.
He was at our first show before 97 was even a thing.
Sick.
And he was whooping kids' ass.
So this
Like he wasn't just there. He was there. Like he was present.
This was before he ever picked up a bass. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Damn.
Oh,
That's
so he had no regards for
dude.
his
Yeah.
hands. He let the hands go then.
it was in a little.
Yeah, they were uninsured at the time for sure.
Dude,
Was it like Ness from Super Session?
Yeah, bro. Dude, the vibe for that show was so. It was in a little tattoo shop. Like it was our. Like the band had been. It was just such a long time coming for us that it was like our finally we're playing our first show.
It was a lot built up for us.
It
for
was
sure.
it was that that one sticks with me when we opened for Paleface at 1720. That's like our. I think that was one of my favorite. Like I say this for lack of a better term, but like commercial shows like we like to do both, local and open for stuff like that. But that I feel like was like everyone that came for Paleface and Enterprise Earth and whatever who came to see them really fucked with us. Like it was like a show that I feel like we were like we've been on plenty of shows, dude. We've opened for like Analepsy and some cool slant but I feel like that was like our niche. Like that one like sometimes people come up to us at shows now and they're like, saw you guys at Paleface and so I'm like fuck, like that one left a good impression for sure.
I think my two favorite memories are either us playing our third show ever was in a junkyard in Skid Row, and it was outside at night.
It was crazy.
So
it was crazy.
So
It was crazy. It was violent. It was so cool.
There are photos of us where we're singing with the band, and in the background is the LA skyline because the city is just out behind
That's
us.
fucking hard.
That was
First
really
merch ever. First show with merch too.
That's
And
true.
just it was just like, yeah, it was so early.
That was a really cool memory. And then actually, at
Vegas.
Well, oh god, okay.
That's honorable mention. Can you continue?
Yeah, no, it's true. Our first time in Vegas was also really cool. We don't have like a fan base or anything necessarily, but the kids there are really down for any kind of show.
They're just so receptive. They're so receptive to like just heavy shit. We went out with 97, Blind Wolf, and Terry.
Yes.
We did a 3-day. It's 3 days, right? Yeah, we did a 3-day. Dude, the Vegas day though, that was our first time in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
Dude, just like it was packed out. The promoter, Uprise, Tyler, shout out to him too. He takes care of all, like he pulls IE bands out there all the time, and he takes care of everyone. But and he pulls kids out to the show, so it just was a combination of a lot of things, and that show really was fun. It was fun to have 97 and like homies there.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, and it's so sick to like it's so hard to explain to people that are from California and go to shows in California. Like, we have so many options, right? So like on one night there's 6 different shows that you can choose from,
dude.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like a gift and a curse, because you kind of never really know what your crowd is
No.
going to be like when you're playing locally.
100%.
But as soon as you leave like California, it's like, okay, these spots and these venues, like the promoters give a shit about the
Yeah.
venue, so they want to get kids there. The kids there are like, fuck yeah, we're coming to this
Yeah.
show. And it's like, oh, cool. Like, everybody here is hype on this shit
Dude,
right now.
that's
And
a
you're not
good
competing
point.
with like
100%.
shows.
No, that's true, because the only
100%.
show happening like 200 miles probably
Yeah.
in like Ohio, right? So whereas like here on any given Saturday we're playing between
Dude.
Glass House, Chain, Soma.
Yeah,
like, we're fighting all
you
these.
guys know how that goes,
Yep.
man. Especially in like Pomona, where there's like 3 venues right around the corner from each other.
Yep.
LA is just, like the scene, generally speaking, has grown so much since like COVID ended. And now it's just like show, and it's amazing. But like, yeah, double booking happens. Like,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
it's a gift and a curse.
It's been I kind of felt like during the pandemic, with everything being so, social distancing and everyone being away and this and that, I was like, dude, it's gonna get crazy when it opens up and people are gonna like get past that, because then they're gonna appreciate like being in a room full of people. Because like I remember there's moments like during the pandemic when I was like, man, I believe that this is gonna completely go back to being normal, and like we're gonna see crazy over a place that overbooked past capacity. Like I miss that, but there was like that little fear of like, man, what if it doesn't? What if we like fucking lose lose this? And
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There was a lot of reality to it. It was like weird. Like it was weird. Like I remember I had tickets to see Jesus Piece in San Diego, and that was like the one I'd been trying to see Jesus Piece forever. And when it got canceled, I was like, damn, like
it's real.
yeah, shit is happening. Like shit is like and then yeah, it was rough. But like I guess on a positive note of like the COVID thing, that helped us a lot, because that's when we like cooked up a lot of our stuff, and like I feel like a lot of other bands were able to like cook, and it made like the comeback like that much stronger, because there were so many bands that just fucking were like, COVID's over,
Yeah.
like let's go. And so
And a lot of bands that formed, a lot of bands that came back. Like
yeah, man,
it's funny that was. I thought that was like the nail in the coffin for like a lot of bands, and for some, I guess for some it was, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was more so like the beginning for either bands that were just starting, or like bands absorbing into a different band,
Yeah.
or bands just straight coming back.
for
No,
sure.
no, I agree. Like I feel like a lot of being in the scene pre and post COVID, I feel like it is very different post COVID, and like in some good ways, but also like you said, just some of the bands either didn't exist then that do now, or transitioned so much that they've like changed a ton. It's really interesting to see how it affected all these different groups.
Yeah.
Dude, mid COVID, we had tickets for Killswitch in Riverside, and then like last second, we didn't look at the whole like rules on vaccination. And
Did you like a
stuff
test or
like that.
anything? Yeah.
And so
One of us, we don't have to go into it. And I'm glad that we don't play like the blame game
Yeah.
or anything like that.
So Mike didn't have his information. I can say that and you don't know which Mike we're talking about, right?
Right, it could have been any of the mics.
Yeah, either of us. But so we ended up like realizing last second, like, fuck, we can't go to Kill Switch tonight. So we end up at Olive Garden. on like the gayest date ever. Dude, like they look at us and then they went to seat us and they put us in those literal like the date night booth where it's just one chair inside. And the table was like this big.
Yeah.
And we're just looking at each other. Like could have been watching Kill Switch right now.
Yeah, so Kill Switch.
Yeah.
I was like, but isn't this better though?
Which one's the body?
Can I have some of your fried ravioli?
Oh yeah, actually we got denied.
Similar thing
We got
happened to us,
denied
too.
At,
Really?
Yeah.
Did I live in LA yet?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember.
There was a body snatcher show, and the requirements were pretty crazy, and him
And we didn't have like just like a
and
like,
Manny
and stuff.
and Josh, right? It was you three.
Was it Josh or Joey?
One of the two. They drove out to downtown LA and got denied for a body snatcher show.
So we all went and got angry chicks.
Yeah, and then afterwards too, I think I posted about it, and one of my friends was like, "Oh, I was doing merch. You should have told me." Like, whoa. I was like, "Man, get out of here!" Like,
Too late now.
Like,
That was the one with Left to Suffer, right?
was it, dude?
I don't remember who else was on it. It was at 1720.
Yeah, because I didn't go to that one because of that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
probably,
That
that
was.
was probably it. We did see Body Snatcher with Boundaries, and our homegirl forged our doctor's notes at the end of COVID. Yeah,
What a show.
We had a homegirl, and she was like, "Yo, like if you give me a ride, like I'll like." She worked in an office,
Yeah.
and we went. It was like that was good. That Left to Suffer played that one though. It was Left to Suffer, Body Snatcher, Boundaries.
Mouth
was it
of
the
War.
same tour, bro?
Dang.
Honestly, it could have been.
And then we just went to San Diego. We said fuck it. And
That's all that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, COVID was pretty crazy. And honestly, it feels like different to even think about how stuff was before. Like it was so different.
Yeah.
Like it really just was not
Yeah.
even in a bad way necessarily. It just was like I feel like because I started going to shows in like 2014, 2015. So like I had that time period till like COVID to like really be like, oh, this is the music scene, and then I feel like COVID just fucking like is crazy.
We were talking about Warped Tour, and I'm sure you guys have talked about this before on here too. Like, COVID pretty much killed like every major touring festival. All Stars, Mayhem, Warped Tour, you name it, they're all pretty much gone now.
Oh yeah, sure.
At least for like heavy music, like a lot of those died, and that was pretty much because of COVID, which is like really crazy to think about. Because like I remember Warped Tour. It was like $40, and it was an all-day thing. My parents could drop me off, and I was unsupervised for like 8 hours a day.
Right.
I could, for like,
Dude, we were going ham. Okay, we were having the time of our lives. But
like my mom thought she was dropping me off at like teenage daycare. Meanwhile, I'm in there slam dancing with a bunch of other kids in jorts and drawstring backpacks. Like,
we got it really quickly because that's how we like met. Because I was Warped Tour 2014. We'd already been acquainted. Like I knew who he was. Like video games. Like haha. Like yeah, you know whatever.
it was like friend of a friend kind of type based stuff.
But I'm sitting there with my girlfriend at the time, and we're sitting there, and it's all hot. We're just chilling, and I see him walking from a stage to the ER tent, and he just has blood dripping, and he had this like I remember because we both wanted it, because he had this new Ghost Inside shirt and had blood all over it.
It was a tie-dye
yeah,
shirt
and
I bought that day, and I got blood all over it.
Yeah, and I was just like, hey, yo, hold up, and like I run over there, and I was like, yo, like, what's up? And he was just kind of like,
He's just bleeding.
yeah, no, like he was just like, sup, man, and they're just like, yeah, so. Good to see you, like, you know, this is sick, right?
Yeah, crazy
like,
seeing you at Warped Tour, bro.
Yeah, and that was like after that we like really started hanging out and whatever. But he broke it. What was for today?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. During
Yeah.
For Today's set,
Yeah.
we were crowd killing for Jesus. And,
Yeah, dude.
got bopped in the face.
And that was my first show. Like, Warped 2014 was my first show. My first in-venue show wasn't even until after that. So that was like my first like.
So your first experience was just Warped.
Warped Tour,
Yeah. I'd been listening to all the bands heavily. Like, I was really, really into the music, but I just remember walking through, and Motionless in White was playing the Immaculate Misconception breakdown, and it was outside, and I remember being like, this is what bass drops feel like. I was like, yo, like that's what a breakdown sounds like live. And I remember trying to take a video of TGI up front with my like little NV2 and watching it back and my just yeah, dude, yeah. I thought I was like, I got it on video, and it was just like, but yeah, Warped. I wish I got into it sooner, but I'm glad that I got a little bit of it. Miss it for sure.
If your first show to be Warped Tour was kind of wild, because that's like everything.
Yeah,
everything's there.
I definitely, it's like a good memory. And like the self-help festivals that were happening right after that too. Yeah, they had some good lineups too.
How much anxiety did you have your first show ever being Warped Tour and going like, fuck, what bands do I watch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, having to decide who you cut out, dude.
And we were into some like, dude, it was interesting because I really like Color Morale, like Chunk. We like Chunk No Captain
Easy
Chunk.
Core,
like, dude, there were some like
melodic
funky
hardcore,
bands.
all kinds of stuff.
Like
deathcore.
But yeah, that year I'd probably have to look at the Story So Far. I was really into them. I remember that was my first time. Like, I was like, woohoo, Story So Far, and then someone jumped on my fucking head. It was my first time, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And then, because we were up front, too, so I was just like person after person. It was cool, though, like, and then my first in-venue show was Acacia Strain, which wasn't too far fucking...
With
I got
opening,
seasoned.
so...
I got seasoned pretty well. I was like, why are there so many 300-pound men absolutely demolishing each other now, dude? Like,
it's nothing like a giant man flying at you, and you're like, what do I do right now?
Oh, man, dude.
Do I brace? Do I catch?
Acacia was in a scary-ass phase of, like, their music, too. Like, dude, we were pretty young, and what they were doing at that point in time was, like, holy shit. So, like, I was really, like, both of us were like, oh my god,
yeah,
this is,
like
the craziest thing I've ever seen.
You know, now the band has kind of taken like a little more like mature approach to their writing, and like the singer like writes negative stuff in like a little bit more thoughtful way, whereas like back then they were just like rest and piss, we're all gonna die, eat gravel. So like you know, the uniform for those shows were 300-pound dudes in black t-shirts and cargo shorts. That was the required
in a way, though. It's
uniform.
It set a bar for us, though. Dude, it set a bar for us, though, because now we're like, that's what we want. Like, you know, that's like, that's the goal, man. Like, we want to set it off like that. Like, it's so like it. I'm glad that I got like it happened how it did too. That it was in San Diego. It was like Acacia, Amir,
co-headliner,
Kublai Khan, when they were super early.
Is that when they like is that the squash the beef kind of thing?
It was when they squashed
Amir versus Acacia, that tour, where they had the Mortal Kombat poster. Sylar opened too. We were really into Sylar. Fit for a King was on it, and then World of Pain opened, which is like the San Diego beatdown, man. Like for my first in-venue show, like I got like I just was like, hindsight, I'm like, man, like I got really lucky with that. Like I got really lucky. But
much in the same way we approach, like, you know, friends first for a band, we also approach music as like kind of consumers, enjoyers first.
Yeah.
Like you always hear artists talking about like, oh, like I bump my own music, but like we write stuff that we are genuinely proud of, and like we need to be able to say it with our chest because we say it for people every single night, you know. So like we have to kind of believe it. So it's cool to have the approach of like to be able to turn off the working brain and just be able to enjoy music sometimes and still be kind of like what's the word, like awestruck, I guess.
Which gets harder and harder to do as you've like the longer you've been in
it does.
The industry or whatever. Like you start to watch bands and you start to look at it from like a perspective of like, would I do that? Would I not do that? Oh, look at the way they're doing this. Look at this stage. Look at this. Look at this.
It's hard not to inject yourself.
And you're like, fuck, I just got to shut this down and just enjoy the band that I'm watching.
I think I almost feel like that's kind of what like especially if it's like a newer band. If a new band can like take me out of that and like I'm just like completely present and not thinking about all the other shit. Like I kind of missed that, but I feel like I've been getting that back, just like going back to shows, and I don't know. I'm old. Never mind.
Hey, no, man.
Well, no, and to your credit, I think a lot, you know, like there was a time period where from like 2014 to COVID, bands, like there weren't a ton of new bands popping up. A lot of bands became kind of legacy bands in that time. And I always talk about like we talk about music in like very specific eras and waves. Like we get down to like 5-year gaps and 10-year gaps kind of thing, because we're like that picky about which time period. But a lot of bands during that time were going from being venue bands to arena bands. Like I think Dietary Murder is the prime arena deathcore band. They went from playing club shows to headlining Empiricon and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I just think now a lot of younger bands are kind of coming up with like a lot of really fire music right now. Honestly, I think we're in a really good time for music. Where like a lot of bands are really like kicking ass right now.
Yeah, it is crazy. There's a lot of young talent, an insane amount of young talent. Like I'd like to say that we're like in like that mid range, and then there's like, you know, like you mentioned earlier, like there's a lot of bands that are coming back too. That it's like really cool to like. I feel like a lot of bands are getting like inspired like by a lot of stuff that's happening now, and that's like really cool to hear too. I think it's just all around.
It's the YouTube
Right
era,
now.
man. Everybody, do you want to learn how to do something? You want to learn
YouTube
how to
it.
shred? Fucking YouTube it.
Honestly,
See all the tricks.
Dude, well, honestly, I feel like maybe we grew up in the YouTube era, and now it's a TikTok era. Now it's I
Yeah.
posted a TikTok, my band got famous.
Yeah,
dude.
that's wild too.
Because like Instagram, YouTube was kind of the thing when we were first coming up. You know, Instagram with the sepia filters over photos, everything was
We
one
were
by
YouTubing-
one.
We were
Yeah.
YouTubing, definitely YouTubing vocals and shit.
And SoundCloud.
We were-
YouTube and
we were
SoundCloud were the big
YouTubing.
things for us. Like Spotify was a thing when we were in high school, became a thing.
Right.
Like probably 2010, 2012, right? So I was 15. So I do remember pre-Spotify, but like that only was a very small portion of my music listening. It came out pretty early, so it kind of dominated everything for a long time. It was Spotify algorithms forever, and then became Instagram algorithms. Now it's TikTok algorithms.
It's just that access to music, the access to like anything, like even the whole, you know, it's crazy. Like, I mean, even from, I've had people hit me up just being like, hey, I found your band because it was recommended from, you know, whatever, Stick Your Guns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
sick.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Or fucking yeah, you killed my Bon Jovi song, but your band's kind of sick. We covered Living on a Prayer.
Oh, did you guys really?
Yeah.
What?
It's like yeah.
It's the biggest song NPR ever released.
We like that's our like entire catalog basically.
No.
God.
No, I mean, I would think it'd be probably Life Cycles, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, that one does pretty well, but I think like. I think it's at like 3 million or something.
Living on a Prayer is just
damn.
that song was iconic already. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was already like a generational band.
Yeah, it had probably
Yeah.
a billion plays, probably straight
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
So I don't feel bad at all for like bigger artists because like when they talk about like, oh, you know, streaming this and that. I just from what we got from that one song of theirs, like they have an entire catalog of that. Like,
Yeah.
Could you imagine having 10 #1 like platinum hit bangers back to back like that, dude?
dude,
Just, yeah. Insane.
it's a different life.
Insane.
Well, it's funny. Earlier, he brought up "Blind" by Korn. That was a cover we had in our set for a long time that we actually had to stop playing because everyone kept asking for it or associating us with that cover. And like,
Dude, you should ride it. Just ride that shit.
we still pull it out, you know, for an encore every so often, kind of
Yeah.
thing. If the crowd's being good to us, but like it's so funny how like covers end up sticking to you like that because like we started with a different one and then everyone started knowing us for that and then we switched it to Blind and everyone started doing Blind also, and it's like we make original music too. You gotta believe me.
That kind of happened to us back in Creative Void. We covered a comeback hit song.
Okay.
It was like it was a hidden track at the end of the record. Like if you bought the record, you could get it. And it was a really fun cover. And then we got to the point where like every time we'd play, people wanted to hear it. And then we play with Comeback Kid. Oh, we can't play the song that everybody wants to hear.
Dude,
So now
yeah.
what? You know, but
It's like us with the World of Pain cover. We
Yeah, we covered one
literally
of their
just
songs
covered
before.
World of Pain, then they came back. We're like, at least we did it before they came back.
Just keeping the seat warm.
we did
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
We brought him back.
We try to make it a point. So like if we cover a song either from a band that's so big we're never gonna play with
Yeah.
them, or it's a song that is from a band that's like dead now or something. So
Yeah.
like, but every so often a band comes back or like, you know, something and we're like, fuck.
Yeah, we're trying to go for deep cuts when we do. Like Torture Culture just started covering Suicidal Tendency song.
Oh shit.
From the one that was on Tony Hawk, Psycho Vision.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's been fun because it's not like one of their. I mean, it's a big song, but like most people don't really know it.
Yeah.
So the people that it clicks with, they're like, "Oh shit, fucking,
hell yeah.
you used to do kickflips to this shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter knew it.
Yeah.
Peter knew it. He just fucking took the mic. I was like,
My song.
I feel like the hard part of choosing a cover is finding a deep cut that's fun enough for you to play as a band, but also it's big enough that folks are
Yeah, it's
gonna
also
know it
recognizable.
Yeah. And also there's like that weird territory of like, you want to do it well, but like you can't play it shittier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Or you can.
or you can.
We got New Abuse FM. Favorite venues to see bands in, and favorite venue to play.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, favorite venue to play is probably 1720, just because it's the biggest stage.
Yeah,
There's that huge screen.
I feel
behind
like our
us.
sound gets done justice so well there. Like because like, dude, last time we were there, our bass drops were like, like I love like when we have good subs and the room noise is just great too. 1720 is like.
Whenever we open shows there, we get like a dedicated sound check as the opener, which is really nice.
Yeah.
We don't hardly ever get that. So, and we're a pretty quick setup too. Being a 6-piece, we're still pretty smart about keeping it as fast as we can and trying to be respectful and stuff. But like, when given the chance, it's nice to be able to tweak everything and have it set up like perfect. So like that way, but by the time you start, the set's just bumping.
Yeah.
Like that's always a really nice luxury for sure.
Favorite venue to see a band in?
I know that's a tough one, dude.
I'm trying to think of all the venues with AC. Honestly. I like where For the Children was that the Belasco?
Belasco is a really nice spot. You actually might be
That
on
place
there.
was really nice, has AC.
Carpet
Has-
floors.
Actually, yeah.
All the
Yeah,
bartenders
Belasco's
are
nice.
pretty chill.
But it's nice and big still.
Yeah.
That is a plus.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
plus. I feel like
there's
you can see from any spot too.
You can. Yeah, sound is good there too.
Yeah. I would go out on a limb and say that, like, because that's where I've had the most enjoyable, like, experiences.
We saw
lately.
We saw it was this big deathcore tour a couple years ago. We saw like Suicide Silence, Angel Maker. Where was that at? Was that the same spot where the wrestling place was?
Who was it? Dietary?
It was Suicide headlining with Lorna Shore and Angel Maker.
Yeah.
Was it like Chaos and Carnage?
Yes.
Dude, it was this big theater. Wiltern, maybe?
Maybe it was the Wiltern. Yeah, it was another big LA theater where it had like big,
Yeah, it was
big regal
huge.
in like a.
Wiltern's a cool place too.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was pretty cool.
indoor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have like an upstairs, right? With like bars and
Yeah.
stuff.
Then I think it was the Wiltern.
Like a
yeah.
balcony that kind
Yes.
of looks over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The shrine is pretty cool too.
I haven't been there yet.
Is,
I've
the
seen
shrine,
either.
is the outside of the shrine where Ghost Inside did their
Yeah.
thing?
Yes,
and
it
Knock
is.
Loose, right? Didn't Knock Loose
Knock Loose
play
played
there, too?
inside though.
Oh, I saw that was with Speed, right? Like it was like Knock Loose and Speed.
What the fuck?
No,
There's
that
a
was-
big ass show.
It was
though.
like right when they dropped the record.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the videos from that. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Speed, I actually have a really funny story to tie you and Gilbert a little more. So, Sound and Fury 2 years ago, it was Speed's first US show ever. And so everyone, like, they were obviously like the most anticipated band of the day because it was their first US show. So, you know, the chatter is going, people are ready. So their set starts. It's a good 5,000 or 6,000 people watch them. It's a healthy. It's like the entire Sound and Fury crowd pretty much is all watching Speed. They're playing their first like song or two. I'm fighting for my life in there, right? I and at Sound and Fury, you guys know that little platform in front of the stage where folks can like dance on and jump off of and stuff. So I'm fighting my way up to the front, just like getting through people. I remember getting to the front of the stage, reaching that platform, looking up and seeing Gilly grabbing another grown man by his shirt and his shorts and literally chucking him off of the thing like he was a child. Like,
Dude. Gilbert's what, like 5'6", how tall is that man? Like Gilbert is he's packs a punch.
There's a lot of strength in that.
Yeah.
and we were already
yeah.
friends at that point, so I remember thinking how funny it was that I was in a sea full of random people and I look up and I just see Gilbert manhandling the shit out of this dude.
Dude. And my memory from the Speed set is getting up during my favorite part to stage dive. I jump on, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like, dude, I'm like, I got so much air. And dude, my stomach, like, this is my body, and my stomach lands on someone's head like this. And all the wind knocked out of me, and I threw up, and and Caesar was there, the guitarist of Smoke, and he was like, "How are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm good, dude." Like, yeah, you know.
Did you throw up while you were still on that person's head?
No, I was able to get down and be like, "Oh shit," and then I threw up.
Dude, and same day he broke his finger.
I did, yeah. I broke my hand during Drain. I hit someone, and my finger was like all like.
It was like bent, like all crazy.
It was like disconnected and like twisted. I had to get surgery and
hospital all night kind of thing for sure.
$10,000 of fun.
That's
Yeah. But it's okay.
In that same show where we went to the Belasco, I was stage diving, and it was really crazy stage diving at Belasco because that stage is so big.
Yeah.
And there is security, but like they low-key weren't stopping anybody. Like they kind of were just like nonchalant.
Sorry, I'm looking at the picture of his.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
the finger picture. Yeah, there it
He's
is.
doing the wave.
Yeah, we'll put it over Mike's face.
But at the Belasco, we're seeing Tsunami, and I stage dove, and I was treating the people like they were water, and they're not water. People are very hard, and so my jaw hit someone's head, and I chunked out a huge part of my lip with my teeth. And so like I literally had like a giant like crater in my lip for like a couple of weeks while it was healing. That was fun.
You can't help but fuck with it because it's in your mouth.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're just like.
literally like got down and then like spit out a chunk of my lip and on the floor and was like, "That's."
You've had some very metal moments, my friend.
Yeah.
We have gotten hurt a lot through moshing. Yeah, I've broken my nose 4 times just from moshing.
You've earned this shit.
Yeah.
I broke each hand, and now I'm like, dude, I gotta watch it, man. Like,
This-
I don't have I don't have good insurance anymore.
This Medi-Cal is not gonna cover
Yeah.
this shit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but I broke one hand during Knocked Loose and one hand during Drain. They were like opposites, and after the second one, I was just like, dude, I literally can't afford this. Like, this is crazy. It was also just not fun, but
Also, lots of injury skating as teens, as I'm sure you guys can relate to. Yeah.
Been there.
Dude. Let's see. Last one from Executioner's Tax.
Oh, Brett from Deso.
Oh yeah.
that's
Yep.
what worked me.
He said, "Where are some of your favorite places?" Oh wait. Oh, sorry. Basically, what the last question was.
Same
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Where are some of your favorite places to play? Also, can't wait for the new album.
Cool.
Dude, drop the album, Desoectomy and Ballsackectomy.
Dude.
Deso ball sack.
Dude.
The D's Balls tour.
Oh my god. Well, remember D's Nuts? Remember that D's Nuts?
Dude. Oh, they were so sick.
I saw them like 2018, and the bassist of Kublai Khan filled in for them at Warped. They
Oh,
sounded
crazy.
fat. Yeah, they
That's a
sounded
crazy
fat.
pull, yeah.
What's that song? Stage dives, high fives. That's what I'm in this for.
I always think about they have a song that's like 5 seconds long, and it's a big ass long anagram, but it's like, I don't know who you really are, but I don't give a fuck about you, but it's all like it's all like dotted out. I guess favorite places to play again, just like LA, Vegas, like Nevada has always done us really good. We've only done the West Coast states so far. We would love to go more east, but I mean, home and Nevada are definitely the spots so far.
Yeah, I think LA has treated us the best. Our Haven, the last time we played Haven was really good, like PBW or whatever.
Yeah, home always does good too. Like any Riverside County show is always.
Dude, I think you guys do. If you guys haven't already, I feel like you guys do really well in Spokane, specifically Spokane,
Washington?
Yeah, Spokane would be cool. I've been to a show. If you guys fuck with Extortionist, when Extortionist had their like final show, it was in Spokane. I flew out to that, and that was really cool.
Broke his toe at that show.
Yeah.
Another injury. I can just every show.
Yeah, man.
Some.
I broke my toe and I got kicked in the face like so hard that I was just like bleeding everywhere. Yeah, it was like their Extortionist second or third song. It's like I just flew all the way here to see this band for the last time, and I'm sitting out
crazy.
bleeding everywhere, dude.
Shout out Ben too.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
rad.
Ben is
dude.
awesome. Yeah, Ben is super awesome.
He was really nice to us, like really young.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
He let us do guest vocals at PBW.
Like,
when
before
he had
we were
no
even
business,
there.
dude. We had no
Yeah.
business getting up there, dude. But he's really nice. A couple Body Snatcher, like Kyle, a handful of those dudes like would let us do stuff just for the fuck of it, and that like honestly just I feel like helped us, give us that little like we can do this,
A little bit of spark.
yeah,
Oh.
stuff like that.
Oh, really quick, 2014 Warped Tour, I was seeing Ghosts Inside in Pomona, and I was crowd surfing, singing to Chrono by them.
Oh, dude,
and
this is on YouTube.
Yeah,
is
this
a
video is
pretty
actually on
crazy-
YouTube. I was crowd surfing, singing the words. Vigil saw me, pulled me up on stage in front of the entire.
Like he
Warped Tour
pointed him out,
crowd.
and he told the security to like fuck off. Like he
Yeah,
was
like,
Yo,
they were
get
trying to
up
stop him
here."
from getting up, and then I got up on stage with him, and I got to do the breakdown of Corona. It was really bad. It was really young, but just being able to see the literal perspective of what the Warped Tour crowd looked like,
Yeah.
like
I didn't even do.
Dude,
I didn't even do vocals yet, and I was like, "Yo, that's badass!" Like I was like,
Let's do that.
Yeah, I was like, "That's fucking sick!"
I-
Like, what the fuck? Like,
I
yeah.
remember feeling the plywood stage flexing underneath my feet with me while I was jumping with him, and I was like, dude, this is it. Like I was like 14, like this is all I want to do now.
Dude, shout out Vigil too, man. He's fucking sweet.
Dude,
Yeah.
that band has done like crazy things, like for both of us, honestly. Like that, Returners is really cool, but we definitely, me and him and our friend Justin Bate, shout out to him. But I feel like really like came together and like kind of like that album, Get What You Give specifically. I feel like was a really hard foundation for us. Like I feel like we were able to like where we went from there, I feel like really shaped, honestly, the band. Like, because I feel like that was like that album and Divination.
A lot of those like melodic metalcore bands, still had really heavy breakdowns.
And that was like what we
So-
like honed in on. Like
We-
after all the years of listening, it was like this is what like the dun dun dun.
Yeah, we
Like,
we know
let's
what we
go,
liked about it.
like-
We liked all of it, and then we kind of figured out over time. Oh, we like the dun 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 part. So let's just do that the whole
Yeah.
time.
Let's just do a band.
And
That's
they've always had like really huge breakdowns. even-
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah. Dude,
For, like-
Gideon too. Gideon would do it for us.
Yeah.
Old Gideon.
Yep.
Oh man, dude.
I'm bummed that when they come through and play Riverside, Gideon's not going to be playing.
they're not on that show.
They're not on that date.
What show's coming?
Ghost Inside Gideon tour is coming through here.
What?
Riverside.
It's like Riverside, yeah. At Municipal Auditorium, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that show that we saw you guys at was so crazy.
The
that
summer
was,
show.
Yeah, we busted a fucking mission, like just for like to get the car full and like we were like, I mean all of us were, but I was like, guys, like this is like a high school show. Like we gotta go and relive. Like we gotta go to this, guys. Like so like it was like it was me and him and Zach, our guitarist. Did we bring? Was there a fourth?
I don't remember if Mess came with us.
We made a
or not.
little road trip out of it.
Yeah.
But Soma's like our place too, so like it was good. I know at that point in time I needed that. Like that was a good little like refresher for me. Like getting to see you guys in TGI. Drain was on that, so that
Yeah.
was fucking fun.
Shows
Like,
shows at Soma
yeah.
main stage always kind of trip me out because main stage's capacity is like 2,000 or 3,000 people at max capacity,
Yeah.
and so like when it's booked out and then you see everyone leaving Soma afterwards, I always like remind myself like, oh my god, like 3,000 people just walked breakdowns for 6 hours straight. Like that's insane to think about, low key. Like
Yeah.
And the like revolving door of people that you see at those Soma shows too, like there's heavy hitters in that crowd standing next to like
100%.
complete
everyday
randos.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And you're just like,
100%.
oh fuck, look, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Chains
crazy.
like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to Chain over. I remember one time a couple years ago I went to a Chain show. It was Issues had a free show and Carried Weight played it and I went, but it was one of the days. It was during NAMM.
Oh,
Dude.
and so like all of Nom went to
Dude.
Chain afterwards.
Dude.
So like
Dude,
there was like
I was
so many
walking around. I
celebrities
was
there.
like
It
just there to
insane.
see Carried Weight, and I was like, is that the drummer of Invent Anime? Like, and then Logan Young was there. Who
Reflections
was
at the time,
at
yeah.
Like, dude, just all these. I was just like trying to enjoy like Carried Weight, and I'm like, oh my god, he's right next to me. Like,
Dude.
yeah, it's cool. It's always cool seeing musicians out and about like that.
Shout out Issues for taking our entire crew.
I know, right?
No,
Just taking all your
no, they had outgrown us. Our merch guy that we had forever, our buddy Jesus, he was, we
he's the,
where was it? We
the
were like in
thickest.
Georgia somewhere, and Issues was on tour, and they had like a day off, so they came to the show, and it was because it was like us and what tour was that? I think it was us and Gideon.
Oh,
And
nice.
So, yeah, so our boy, he's like, dude, we have a day off. We're gonna come to the show. I'm like, sick. And everybody, Jesus, and then not thinking about it, our first ever tour manager, our buddy Rob, he hit us up. He's like, dude, you won't believe this. I'm coming to come see you guys tonight. Like, I have a day off on tour. We're gonna come see you. Not making any connections to anything.
Not even realizing he was working for them.
Yeah, I think I knew about Rob. I didn't know freaking Jesus would. So
double betrayed.
Hi, Mike.
So then, like, our buddy Rob shows up, and I knew he was with issues and stuff. So I was like, having that moment, I was just like, dude, this tonight's really special. Like, we have some boys that we've known for a long time. Boy Rob's out here with issues, and our boy Jesus is here. And wait, who are you here with? And he's like, dude, merch your issues. I was like, the fuck? You took our whole crew. But yeah, it was cool. It was rad. I'm happy that they got to do some hard shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's good while it lasts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
They're like, it's real sick to get paid when we're working.
Yeah. Why'd you leave? Well, this band makes money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's real sick to be able to pay my bills at home while we're touring.
What is that like?
I know.
Mental health check and
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah.
Got pee too. Mental health check is where we like
What,
checking weekly, see where we're at mentally. Yeah, this is not.
Just be careful.
Oh, I'm with you, man. It's not a size thing. It's just the aiming. thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to like purposely, if I knew, I was like, where's this drive? Okay, this is like, okay, there's no real, okay, I'm gonna get like a big drink so that I can
Plan ahead.
comfortably.
Yeah.
It's
Big gulps everywhere.
The polar pops. Yeah.
my wife's here, so I definitely can't lie about size. It's aim, but so we're like checking weekly, see where we're at mentally. That way, if things are going well, what's going on in our life is going well, and if things aren't going so great, what's going on in our life that is not going so great. So, who would like to go first?
You guys just asked us how we're doing, pretty much.
Yeah, like how's your week been?
Good, man. I mean, honestly, just finishing the Ritual records, I think, put me in like a really good headspace because like over the past couple of weeks, we've gotten to spend so much time just prepping for that. Yeah. It's been nice to kind of keep myself busy so I don't have to worry or think. Like, I kind of feel like making the record is the hard part, and then going and playing it's kind of the fun part. So now that the hard part's out of the way, it's really nice. Just look forward to getting to do the thing, I guess, Yeah.
Like, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. It's nice to have like a goal.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel a lot better after. I mean, not that I didn't, but finishing the record has definitely been a relief. Really excited to like put it out. I mean, besides that, like everything's been pretty steady. I feel like on my end, just been like trickling work here and there, and trying to focus on the music. Really, just going to shows and whatnot. It's been all right. Yeah, doing good.
Where you at, Mike?
I'm good. We kind of I took this weekend to just like work on shit around the house that I have been putting off for like months and months and months. So I like got a chance to like little things like fix the sprinklers in the back here. So now hopefully there will actually be grass back here again. It's like shit.
But it makes it easier to spot the shit.
Yeah, but also like I run the lawnmower and all it does is just throw dirt around my yard. So yeah, just little things like that, like just starting to kind of play catch up on things. Still fighting with the van, but I'm also like I'm at peace with it now. I'm kind of like, you know what? If we can't get it fixed, it might be the end of an era. But you know, we gave it the old college try and dumped so much money into it that at this point it's just like, cool. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you know, it is what it is. And I've kind of accepted that, so it's kind of taken some of the stress away. We are not getting another one. Not until we can afford something like brand new that has no issues.
2024 Ford Taurus is the
Yeah.
only accepted.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, I've just been chilling. Kind of I've been in like study mode for work basically, so I have like a proctored exam coming up where I have to take a test and like they have to watch me take it, which is
Damn.
hectic. Yeah. So like that's kind of where my focus is right now. Other than that, everything's been pretty chill.
Is your freaking big ass book?
It's under you.
Oh, it's under me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all study material?
That's all stuff. Like that's like half of what I've been going through.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So.
Where am I? I feel like this weekend was good too. I feel like it was it's funny because I'm a pretty hardcore introvert, and so I'm usually pretty good about like managing like where I'm at and stuff. But it was like the first time in a minute that I've had like an overload of like seeing people, being around people that I actually like. Yeah. Well, it was just I think a lot of it was because of yesterday I went to a baby shower. And it was like friends that I hadn't seen in like years, like really long time. So it was really cool, and I feel like that was like a good overwhelming feeling. Oh, and Friday was Roll's birthday, so I got to see more. Yeah, so it was good. But we had a moment last night where I was just like, I need to lay down. I was like, I need to like just chill for a second.
Yeah,
I guess
for sure.
it was I think it's been a minute since I've had something like that. So, but yeah, I think things are going. I think things are going well. I'm trying to stay positive on work shit, but other than that, like it's not a whole lot to be, not a whole lot to complain about. So
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I feel similarly.
but,
Sidebar, Ghost Inside just dropped a new track.
what?
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, it just dropped on Spotify for our playlist, and it says new release from the Ghost Inside.
Dude,
Breaking news.
and that's where we saw each other.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Ghost Inside coming Riverside. Man, there's a band from Riverside.
Dude, I'll never forget Mario telling me, and then I looked it up, and because he's in the thumbnail for the video.
Is it Hope Theory?
Yeah, for Hope Theory. He's holding the one where he's holding the sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Because that was I was like bullshit, and then I looked and I was like, damn, like that's sick. Yeah, it's
I'm in
cool,
that
man.
video.
Oh yeah, you are in
no
that.
way.
Dang, I saw it as a
dude.
kid, so I told
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I'm in that
man.
video.
Dude. How old
So
were
was my crazy ex-girlfriend.
I think you were, dude. I've been there. No, literally, dude. I had one song out with that other band that has a music video, man. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. No, it's still good times though.
That video is funny because Hope Theory music video because it's the only in that video. My family are the only people in it that are smiling.
Yeah.
Everyone else in it is like super serious.
Yeah.
Dude, we were young, man. I was probably like, do you remember what year that was?
Was it
2012.
12?
So I was about to say 15.
Yeah.
14. Yeah.
I was about that age.
Yeah. We were like we were the same age.
We're the same age. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I had dark hair in that video.
Yeah.
Dude.
Still do, right?
I wasn't even like musically inclined yet. I didn't even know how to do vocals or anything.
No, me
yet. Yeah.
I'm glad that David heard that.
That was heard.
Dude,
I didn't have to say anything.
only dark hairs I have are on my ass now. So.
Yeah.
But, dude, thanks for coming, guys. Oh, let's play
Playlist,
songs.
yeah.
Some songs.
All right, so we need one Ritual of Despair song
Okay.
from you guys, and then one song that you've just been jamming. No genre restrictions, no nothing.
Shit.
Just like
Oh, here we go.
I'm
Okay.
down for Consequence for the ritual one.
Yeah, you can put the consequence of weakness by
Let's
us.
do that. Let me see what I've been jamming, man. Oh, and is it like any genre?
Anything, dude.
Oh
anything.
man,
Yeah,
dude.
you're-
Hey man,
We've got
hey,
stuff from
dude.
musicals in there. We've got
Dude.
like
We're not- we really- we really-
Finger Kid bad, but
We really like R&B and poppy, like pop, like
And, like,
not
hyper
radio,
pop and that kind of
like
stuff.
but like adjacent, like. Oh man, like dude.
I love it.
I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Like being in heavy music so often, when we're in the van, half time we're listening to the complete opposite.
Yeah, man.
Just because we need a mental like palate refresher.
That's crazy.
See, that's why I like this.
Yeah.
Because clearly you guys play heavy ass music, and you might recommend a heavy ass, something else, which is cool. But also, it's like interesting whenever people, it's like, like,
dude,
trust me, you can go on our Instagram and see us post a new song every single day of breakdowns if you want breakdowns. But
we one time the Genevieve story.
Oh my God.
We were tripping really hard on shrooms.
Our wife.
Yeah, it was me and him and Manny and Zach at Manny's, and we were there to write or whatever. I think we were there to do shrooms actually.
and then just happened.
Dude, we took shrooms. We would go over there like once every other weekend. We'd trip pretty hard, but at one point we're just watching music videos and we're tripping pretty hard. And Manny goes over, and I remember he picks up the controller because he's gonna change it, but it auto played this artist that we really like now. Her name's Genevieve, and it's like how it's like R&B pop.
Yeah, it's like R&B pop.
Like
sure.
But one of her videos starts playing. Manny picked it up, and he was gonna change it. And we're all tripping super hard, and we all just get silent. We just stare at the TV, and he puts the controller on. He's like, "This is what we're listening to now," and it was just like really like sober, it sounds like a little wacky, but like in the moment, like we were just all like, dude, this is so good.
I feel like the universe gave us this.
Yeah. And we honestly, like, we bonded over that. We got really into her. And funny enough, I don't want to fuck it up, but because remember the demos and her album?
Yeah, so our debut single, honestly, you can probably do that song.
Yeah, that song was
Baby
awesome.
Powder?
Yeah, that song's really good.
That was the video. So she has, one of our demos was called Exit Wounds, and she has a song on her debut album called that, and there's another song on that same album called No Sympathy. And it came out around the same time as our song.
And Baby Powder was the first and only song she had out when we found her. So we were writing when she was writing. So when our stuff came out first, and then she dropped hers, and we were like, why do these songs have the same names as ours?
And completely opposite genre.
Yeah, just weird... like super like, what the fuck?
I dare you guys to write a song and call it Baby Powder.
Yeah.
Dude. We're like, one day we're going to tour with her. Take us on tour. Like, because she's big. She's popping. So we're like, hey, like, check it out.
Meet up the Grammys.
Too.
Yeah,
she goes hard. She goes.
Bro, I'm telling you, on shrooms, she came on TV. We were all just like,
watch that music video. Yeah, when you get it, dude, when you get a chance, watch the video, bro. We're all on streams just silent. Like, oh, man, this is
she's our collective 6-man wife now.
Yeah, dude. But she still puts out music, and it's really just like, it's honestly, it's just easy on the ears. Like we put it on when we smoke, and just like, whatever. If we just want to chill and talk, we'll put her on the background.
Shout out to an artist that can make, 5 dudes and
oh yeah,
just chill out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely silence the moment,
Yeah.
You guys should put out a song called Baby Powder, but it'll be about like, the old school pimp thing. Give me my baby powder.
Hey, right? Out here we gotta like name drop her in it too. Let's go.
But
she'll hear it.
Yeah, right.
She'll know. She'll know.
I always joke if we.
What playlist is this that I'm on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she'll be like, "What the?"
Let's hit her up for a feature.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
No, the day we put clean vocals in our musicals, the day we get shot.
Not if it's Genevieve.
Yeah.
See, there we go. Yeah. Well, there's a will, there's a way.
There's been crazier collabs, man.
Yeah.
There has.
No, we just had the Spirit Box Megan Thee Stallion thing like a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was wild.
And Meg Thee Stallion's team reached out to Spirit Box. It wasn't the other way around either, which is crazy.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Post Malone gave the bassist of Jesus Piece a whole ass bass a couple years ago.
Rickenbacker bass.
Mm-hmm. Very nice one.
Well, you also know that Post Malone was like...
Yeah, he was in the scene.
He was almost in Crown the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
He tried out for Crown the Empire, and I think his guitar string broke during the audition.
Is the story.
Yeah. And his band, I also remember there's like videos going around of his band covering Asking Alexandria at a talent show.
When he was like 14.
Yeah. There's that old ass video of him and Jared Dines hanging out, and Snake Eyes by Sworn In is playing, and he knows the lyrics.
Post Malone sings every word of Snake Eyes by Sworn In. Yeah. It's crazy.
That them fucks.
He also did a whole photo shoot in an infant annihilator tee.
Yeah,
where he's wearing an infant annihilator tee.
He has like a nice expensive leather jacket on, and then peeking through it, you can see the infant annihilator, like it's like a infant being ripped from its mother's womb, like just right underneath
like
it.
straight,
You're
like
oh, isn't that an infant annihilator? Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So yeah, I guess stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Collabs are and will be happening.
I think one of the hardest collabs was when Eminem was getting all this hate for being, homophobic, and then he comes out and does a song with Elton John.
With Elton John.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That is hard.
It's hard.
Did you ever hear about Eminem's wedding gift to Elton John?
Oh, I know what it is. It's a diamond encrusted cock ring, right?
Dude.
It's the best.
He's like, it's still there, it's just unused.
Yeah. and Elton, being classy as he is, like accepted it and was like super nice about it too.
Put it in like a glass case.
Yeah, honestly, it probably is in a display box or some shit. Like,
Yeah, I'd be curious to know like some just crazy gifts with people like that when you just have infinite money.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude. I'd buy a lot of people a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
Me too, dude.
Everybody gets cocked.
It has your birthstone on it. This one's opal. This one's ruby.
Dude,
I'm gonna offer you two, and you have to decide which one I wore and which one I didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, choose a hand. One is used, one is not.
Used.
Well, let's go get some food.
Your guys' picks for the song.
You guys wanna?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I'm gonna add the. Should I just add the new Ghost Inside, even though I haven't even heard it? 'Cause I know it's probably gonna be a banger, anyways.
It's just an intro.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's their interlude.
Yeah.
It's just 1 minute of ambient noise with a backtrack.
Kubla Khan got me like that with
Their new one.
The 1 minute one.
Kong is King.
Yeah, Supreme Ruler. Yeah.
I'm gonna add the Holy Blade song, Only the Dead. Holy Blade is the little new side project from like Paul and Alex.
Yes, that's
Sick.
It's like all the comments. If you look at the comments of the music video, it's like AFI for dudes that eat 3 to 4 McDoubles in one sitting.
Yeah, because Colin's big at McDonald's.
Yeah. It's just thick boy AFI. It's really good.
Thick boy AFI. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If Davey wasn't a vegetarian. Yeah.
Dude, I know we already have them on here, but I'm gonna go Misunderstood by the Voodoo Glow Skulls.
I saw them live when I was a super little kid.
Dude.
Their first Halloween.
Oh, sick.
At the Vault. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. They're
Wait, which song?
Misunderstood. They're Riverside. They were like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen them when I was like in high school.
Yeah, I probably saw them 100 times and not by choice. Just they would be at shows.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I pop out to pee really quick?
Yeah, we'll probably
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
Yeah, pretty well.
I was just gonna say our drummer in Torture Culture and an Easy Out plays for Voodoo.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
What song are you throwing on?
The Holy Blade song.
Oh yeah. Shit.
So you guys want to plug any socials so you guys can piss and get out of here?
Sure.
So everybody can pee in a line against the back.
Yeah, right. Hold hands. For the band socials, it's just Ritual of Despair on everything. So no state or HC or anything. It's Ritual of Despair everything.
Ritual of Despair 909.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Ours probably Ritual 951 if we had to make a smoked anagram. Yeah. But yeah, just at Ritual of Despair on everything. Yeah.
Sick.
Every time I look at your handle, I read it differently. But you know,
Hey, that's the crazy. I made that. I think that's been the only handle I've had to. I've had it for like 13 years,
Since we met.
and it's the same thing. And I'm just like, I have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
keep
write it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna make a brand out of it one day.
Yeah.
us at Walking Blind Pod everywhere. WalkingBlindPod@gmail.com for the email. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. Seriously.
Dude,
Appreciate it.
great times. Shout out 97 Minutes. Shout out Flesh Forest.
Boys. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Shout out 17 other projects that we haven't named quite yet. All right, we love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.